violence and aggression would go away. And I'm very happy to see that. The protest in front of Spring Hill Suites Hotel, where Commander Govino is staying at, has been declared an unlawful assembly.
Lethal devices.
Look at that. Man. It looks beautiful, isn't it, guys? That's all we wanted. That's all we wanted. That's the only thing that needed to happen. And here it is. Finally? Yep, finally. And it's so simple. Do you ever wonder if big business got Trump and convinced them not to do mass deportations? I'm sure some of them are trying to get them to slow down on it, but, you know, who knows what's actually happening. It's hard to know, like, how, you know, those things are really, you know, going. And you're wrong, we want water cannons? I don't know about that.
Lethal devices, which may inflict significant pain or result in serious injury. The following routes of dispersal are available. Please leave to the south or the southeast towards Hemlock. You have 1 minute to disperse.
Wow.
If you continue to obstruct, resist, or interfere with the police officers, you'll be in violation of Minnesota State Statute 609.50, obstructing a legal process, which is additional crime.
Round them up.
You see all the fatties crying? You hear them like out there? You little fatty, shut the fuck up, bitch. That's right. I'm so happy to see this. The law, yep. It's funny how lefties and X are celebrating how Trump backed down and how they won. But, like, I actually think that's a great example of good diplomacy, isn't it? If you have left-wing people that are coming out of this and they're happy with the outcome, and you also have right-wing people that are coming out of this and they're happy with the outcome, doesn't that mean that they actually conducted good politics and good diplomacy? Because both sides feels like they're winning. Yeah, no, that's fine. I'm okay with that. That's a compromise. Yes. Like, I feel like, yes, everybody, see, the thing is, everybody always wants to get everything they want and they don't want to lose anything. That's not the way the world works. Half the Signal chat are people now on the run. Tim Walz threw them all under the bus. That's right. And you know what probably happened? There is a chance that Trump could have said, I don't know whether this happened or not, I have no idea, but there's a chance that Trump could have said, you know what, you know, we're not going to press charges on you, we're going to drop everything, but you've got to let us know who your problem boys are, and you've got to play ball. And I think there's a good chance that happened. Walz got a pardon? Yeah, I think he might have gotten a pardon. And again, it's not, I know some people would want to have, you know, oh, well, like, we're going to push them and make them do what we want. But the fact is that, you know, if you can just do this without any violence, it's a lot cleaner and it's a lot easier. It is. It's a lot easier. Any thoughts on Bovino getting shelved? I don't even know if that's true. People said it wasn't true. And then some people said it was. I don't know. Well, snitch ass. Yeah, exactly. And you see, there's no problems. No issues at all. Absolutely beautiful. Amazing. Wow.
Wrong checkpoint.
Yep, what's better, arresting your enemy or making your enemy comply and possibly using him to get the baddies? I'd say the second one. I think it's generally better to ultimately get rid of bad actors and people that will oppose you, but at the same time, it's not always realistic to do all of that at the same time. So sometimes you can work with them to achieve a common goal if you have leverage. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Look at him. Who does? This is what a kindergartner does. I'm gonna touch you. I'm gonna touch you. Oh, look at me. I'm gonna touch you. I'm gonna touch you. Who's doing this? Like, this is the kind of stuff, in my opinion, they need to just arrest you for. They do. They should just arrest you for this. This is weird, like, just stupid, aggressive. It's like this there's like a very passive aggression to it, right? Where they're not really being like openly aggressively violent, but they're touching you, they're invading your space. I mean, that's technically assault, right? but they're just doing things that make you uncomfortable and that are weird. Yeah, it's grade school behavior, exactly. People like this need to just get fucking arrested, man. Like, there's no reason to do this. It's a form of taunting, yeah. Again, like, taunting, it's like, if you want to yell at somebody, who cares? But, like, if you're going out touching them, grabbing on their stuff, like, you can't do that. That would inflame the crowd? It wouldn't inflame the crowd. There's nothing that's going to inflame the crowd more than letting people... So you say that, but this is the reason why it's a bad idea to let people do that. Because when one person sees that they can touch a police officer, other people will notice that it's happening, and then they'll start doing it too. So before, like, if you allow people to push the line, you basically signal to everybody else in the area that the line can be pushed. So I don't think that that's a good idea at all, and I'm actually very much against that concept. Never let people push the line with this kind of stuff, because if you do, then they're going to push it and keep going more and more and more. It's a snowball effect. Yeah, you have to draw the line and cut it out immediately. They're testing the limits. Yeah, exactly. And so if they can get you to let them touch them, then they're going to start pushing you. And if they can start pushing you, then they might start hitting you. If they can start hitting you, then they might start throwing things at you, right? And so you have to stop it. You nip it in the bud, right? You nip it in the bud. You cut it off. And you say, nope. Don't touch the officers. You're getting arrested. That's it. It's common sense. So you do for a toddler? Yep. Broken window theory? Yeah, sure. Fuck ice. They're not even ice.
Look at fucking short snack over here. You look like a toad.
He talking shit. Oh my God, he's so mad too. Give him an inch, they take a mile. Minnesota PD and riot gear out there protecting the ICE hotel. Trump won. Again, I think this is probably, if this is going to go down the way it seems like it's going down, this is probably the best example of what I would say good diplomacy is that I've seen in a long time. Because you have a bunch of left-wing people that are saying that they won, and you have a bunch of right-wing people that are saying that they won. I think that's great. Cops, Hassan, of course. Cops are working to let a manlet Bovino get a good night's sleep, expected but shameful. Why should you be able to make somebody not able to be able to sleep? It's just the type of... Obviously, you can't just be able to go around and just wake people up and make sure they can't sleep. Like, that's crazy. Like, what fucking idiot would do this? Like, that's insane. So boundaries, yeah, obviously. Like,
violence is ending. Hassan most affected.
Also, somebody says war crime. That's also a very good frame of reference. So sleep deprivation.
It's time to get this terrorist rich off of our fucking platform.
So the fact is, like, somebody not being able to.
Because make no mistakes, it's our platform, right?
Is actually more dangerous for them in some cases than not being able to get food. So
like Twitch would be nowhere without the vast majority of streamers and their audience.
The idea that sleep isn't, you know, super important and everything, like it's just it's a
Hassan is a drop in the bucket at the end of the day. And that drop is getting smaller and smaller by the day because of his insane rhetoric and just disgusting personality. The dude's a vicious freak.
Like I really don't. I don't get it. Because it's like, I mean, you've got 5 officers there. I mean, do you really think that you're going to overpower all the officers?
He loves it when
gonna, like, wrestle them away
violence like this happens.
Like, what do you think is going to happen?
That's literally what he ferments.
No, like, it's like these people don't think more than 15 seconds in front of themselves. Like, what are you doing? Who are you? Oh, man, they're mad. Rounding them
Who's
up.
mad?
Oh, man. Man.
Sure. Arrest that guy too. He sounds like he's got a couple of felonies outstanding. Let's check his paperwork, shall we?
It's a good day. Oh, it's a good day. I've been waiting on this for a while, haven't I? I missed it. I know, guys. This is amazing. Total hog obliteration. That's right. Remember, total Karen obliteration. That's what I've said. That's been the goal, and it sure seems like we're getting what we want. Wow. The scarf? I know. She's multi-classing the Free Palestine thing too.
Freedom of speech, right? Ain't that the law? Ain't that the fucking law?
That's a lie. You can't. Freedom of speech is I could stand outside somebody's fucking hotel and bang pots and pans at 2 in the morning. Yeah, this is my freedom of speech. These are my freedom pans and my freedom pots. And when I bang them together, I make freedom sounds. Not anymore, bitch. Man, I thought it was America.
This is what happens when parents don't beat their children. I'm just gonna point that out. Like, start beating your kids again, guys.
Man.
Like, they step out, you just smack them on the ass.
And you see, also, keep in mind, look at how completely orderly this is. There's not a million people around trying to bully these guys. There's nobody throwing rocks at them. There's nobody going around and being violent. This is what I said before about how a higher police presence will actually create more safety. Because now people will realize that there's not even a possibility that you're going to be able to wrestle these guys off or do anything. And so now you have the overwhelming force of the police department locally and also the federal police. And now these protesters, there's not even the slight imagination that they're going to be able to get away with any of this. Yeah, I think the agitators bailed. Well, of course they did. Like, because they're going to get arrested and put in jail. Like, duh. That's the whole reason. Like, why do you think we have all these agitators in Minnesota, but you don't have any in fucking Florida? Why do you think you have all these people over there causing issues in California, but nobody does that in China? Well, the reason why is because of accountability. It's, again, I say it before, I'll say it again. Behavior follows incentives. And this is an incentive.
Oh, already banned. Okay, Siri took care of it immediately. Guess I do mine, motherfucker. Or my bot does, at least.
You saw he waited for a second. He's like, am I going to say it? Bro, fuck it. I'm going to let him know. And that's what it was. Bro, t-shirts. Yes, opening a style of music to my ears. I know. I think China's a bad example. Well, it's an extreme example. It's just simply an extreme example that proves my point, right? And that's it. And yeah, your police state. Well, I don't know about that. I don't think this is a police state. I think that having police in this state. Here's the thing, right? Is this a fighter? Oh, here we go. We're gonna pull this guy up, okay? We haven't pulled anybody up today. So I want you to understand something, okay? Having state police isn't being a police state. You understand what the difference here is? Like, so, okay, if you have police that are in the state, that's different than having police states. Do you get this? Because this is a state of policing, is what you're trying to say. And what my instance is just simply police that are in the state.
What the fuck?
We'll pull this out. I want to hear what his argument for why we live in a police state is. Anarchists don't see a difference? Well, I'll read some of the other comments. They all have more courage than you will ever have, but laugh it out. Of course they have more courage than me. It would be stupid to do this. You'd get hurt. Yeah, I would never want to do this. You can. It's called one word, ACAB. You've got to be joking, right? Like, this has to be... Like, you've got to be fucking around, right? I mean, there's no way you're actually in this for the love of the game, are you? One word, ACAB? Like, there's no way. That's 4 words. It says all cops are bastards. That's an acronym. It's like NASA, for example. I'm trolling you, I'm just trolling. No, we're going to scroll up. We're going to find out if he's trolling. Midterms, out of the sea. It will be revenge. Exactly. Careful what you wish for. You are a police state. You're trolling. I can't believe this ideology is in America. I don't think he's trolling. I think he's... So Trump is guilty of inciting. I think that, guys, we're gonna do a little bit of a cleanse, right? We're gonna clean things up a little bit, just kind of improve things, make it a little bit better in here. We got a Redditor in here, I know that. And a little bit of trivia. I know the flag of DR is the only one in the world with the Bible in it, of DR, Dominican Republic. No, I didn't know that. Multiple arrests. Here we go. Oh. 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 Get out of here, bitch. Oh. There you go. There you go. You see they're trying to get up. Uh-oh. And you see also, here's another thing, is that because the officers aren't completely outnumbered and overwhelmed, you don't have massive crash outs like whenever all 7 of those guys collapsed on that one dude, and then the guy had a gun and he ended up getting shot. This is another reason, is that having a stronger police presence makes the probability of a crash out go even lower. Why do they resist? Because they're stupid. That's the reason why. They're stupid. The fake medic. Oh. Oh. Uh-oh. Look at them all. And see, there's nobody that's going in there that's being aggressive or violent or anything, except for the people getting arrested. That's it. It's so simple. Border Patrol shooting in Arizona. I'll look at that after this, okay? I hear ICE agents only got 45 days of training, at least the new recruits. That's not enough. The guy that shot the gun the other day and killed the guy, he was an officer for 8 years. Like, the training argument, I think that that's a valid argument, but in both of the instances where people were killed in Minneapolis, neither of the people that killed them were new recruits. It's just like, it's a fake argument. Well, I wouldn't say it's not a fake argument. It's an invalid argument in the circumstance that it's being discussed in. Info, all training was standard minus Spanish education? Well, I don't know. Are there no laws against noise violations? There are. Damn. Round them up. Beautiful, isn't it? This would have never happened if police was involved at the start. Which side of history are you on? More moral grandstanding, Karen, self-aggrandizement. Oh, they're gonna write about me in the history books. No, you're not gonna be listed in the history books. That's not gonna happen. I'm sorry. Are you proud of yourself? You're supposed to be on our side. Man. They don't even know. You're supposed to be with us. See? They got roached out on. We have a band like this in the Netherlands. They make better music, though, and they're all mentally impaired people. Well, I mean, I think that they might have some things in common with the people like that here. I think they would. 12 protesters have been arrested. Look at them all. Oh. 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 Wow. Gentlemen, inject this into my fucking veins. Please. I need a steady drip feed of this every fucking day. I've been waiting on this for so long. I've been hoping for this for so long. Finally. You think Walls will release him? I think they'll probably.
I was out today, so I'm catching up.
Out there yelling and making noise.
I just spent like 2 hours at the fucking Colruyt with my mom. Like, Jesus.
Having this happen to you is
annoying.
very traumatic. It is. It's unpleasant. It's traumatic. I think this is good enough. Yeah, community service, something like that. Yeah. I mean, obviously, for like a first-time offender, if this is like your 7th time having this happen, then yeah, I think you need to take a vacation, right? You've got to go in the box for a while. But you know, besides that, I don't think it's a big deal. Very dramatic, yeah, of course. And yeah, mouth breather filming this shit, I know. Plus the arrest record, definitely. Lobotomy after the 7th. Well, I think these people already had one, so I don't think that would work. But yeah, no, you're right. Of course, that's...
Someone on Twitter is like, oh no, they're arresting people. Oh, they're just straight up Nazis. I literally replied, if you were actually Nazis, you'd be under the jail instead of in it. Like, the fuck out of here, dude.
Should happen. So yes, we have all of them getting arrested, all of these problem boys. And again, what this shows us is how preventable all of this was. This should have happened on day one. Had Fran Walls cooperated from the outset, none of this would have happened. Renee Good and Alex Preddy might even still be alive. They would of course be alive. Because again, the Renee Good situation, for example, was allowed to escalate like 5 different ways. They let, like she had been doing this multiple days before this. She had been driving around fucking with them all morning. She wasn't listening to them. Like, if they had shut this down earlier, then I feel like in a lot of these cases, nothing would have gone wrong. But what happens is that when you let people become more vitriolic, more aggressive, more problematic, then over time, they push the envelope and eventually they go over the edge. That's it. Tim Walz has been connected to the anti-ICE protesters through signal groups. I haven't seen that. I don't know about that at all. And have we seen this one before? No, we haven't. Okay, one more. I love how they're saying their names now, like they're gonna get sent to like the gulag. Meanwhile, they go down to the station and they probably have to do like 20 hours of community service. And they're like, yeah, that was my experience with fascism. Yeah, so I went out,
exactly.
I went in front of a hotel.
Exactly, that's what I said. I literally just said that.
And then I tried to run away from the police officers, but I'm fat, so they caught me.
Hell.
And then they put me in jail for like a day. And, you know, I had to do community service. So that's what it's like living in a police state. Okay, how about you? Oh, your government kills all your people? Oh, you live in a police state too. Yeah, I can relate to that. Stunning and brave, yeah.
I know you're getting some good shots.
They say their names to get lefty organizations to pay their court fees. You didn't know this? Oh, is that the case? I didn't know that. No, I didn't. I never have heard that. That's the first time I'm hearing this. This is just... I've really been waiting on this for a while. I really have. The I got caught face? That's right. You got caught, bitch. You were fucking around. You were causing problems. And now it's over. I love this. So somebody in chat, we didn't get a good one last time, so we're gonna get this guy, okay? So this stream is a cesspool, so you get off on watching people get arrested. My favorite show growing up was Cops. Yes, I love seeing people like this get arrested. I hate them. I do. I want to see them suffer consequences because I think that they're discordant, dangerous, aggressive people that don't care about the rule of law. And if we had a country that was run by them, we'd be living in Somalia. Yes, I do like seeing them experience discomfort and pain and accountability above all, because that's what they deserve. As a matter of fact, I don't have a problem answering that. I'll tell you exactly what I think. That's what I fucking think. Not being emotional about someone getting killed is a bad sign. Dog shit. So you've been mad. Where's your humanity? Oh my God. These people always love to appeal to humanity while they try to take away yours. And, right. Why would you want this? Such bad arguments to invade country. This is a, bro, damn mad. This guy has been getting mad. Oh my God. What is this? You've been spending a year getting mad. How did you not get banned? Really, it's impressive. Like, just anyway, yeah, this is amazing. What's crazy to me about this is that this is a person who has come into my stream for it seems like over an entire year to bitch, cry, and complain, and then they finally get called up. I finally give them the opportunity to explain themselves, and they leave after an entire year. I've never seen their name. Well, I have. I mean, I guess now we have. Oh my God. Well, you're finally banned. I love seeing these people get arrested. I do. I want to see them get dragged over to the fucking car, thrown in the car like it's a fish. Like, I want it, like, you know how they throw fish into a fucking freezer? I want to see them just tossed in there like a fucking tuna. That's right. I hate them. I hate them.
That's some weird figure of speech.
South or the
Need them in there. That's right.
Like a tuna. Like, okay.
3 minutes to disperse.
So what's happening?
If you continue to obstruct, resist, or
Wanting
interfere with the
hogwash?
police
Yeah.
officers, you will be in violation of Minnesota State Statute 609.50, obstructing a legal process, which will be an...
He didn't even get fired. He didn't get fired. It didn't even happen. Yeah, it's just, you know, like this fat just shows up and, you know, it's just causing problems. Doesn't even know what's going on. Minutes before arrest? Yeah, exactly. Cops passing out donuts? Well, no, they wouldn't be able to. She'd eat them all.
Notice my dude. Oh, you can't see that. My dude was recording at the same time with his phone. Like, it's all performative to these people, bro. It's all for virtue points.
Oh, wow. Oh. You got the flag upside down. You're very cool. They even brought fucking bulldozers. Oh my god. Mm-hmm. I guess that's maybe for people that are gonna like put their cars in the way. I don't know. And you can see the Border Patrol agents literally sitting up there, drinking beer, watching these animals cry and bitch and complain. Yep, they're just literally sitting up there. They're like, yeah. Well, how about that? Sipping tea. Yep, there it is. Mm-hmm.
Yo, when am I gonna be able to get out of here? What's that?
Subject to arrest.
Some guy like, yeah, I wanted to go to the store. When can I go home? I want to go home. Yeah.
We're subject to other police action. Other police action could
Man.
include the use of chemical agents and the use of...
Oh, are you gonna say some shit that's illegal? Like, what the fuck?
People are deranged. They are.
Which
If you cut out and you arrested the top 10% of the agitators, all of these problems would go away. By the way, like my 2%er rule.
I've never had a problem with that shit.
If you get
ever.
rid of the top 2% worst offenders of almost anything,
That's not
you will
true.
cut
When we were
down
playing
the amount of
Foxhole,
problems
we had a
by,
problem
like,
with that. I had to
half,
block
if
it.
not more. They'd immediately dissolve.
Yeah, pretty sure I have
exactly.
one.
The LRAD is awesome. Yeah, I saw they
Not on
they
this
used
scene.
an LRAD on the protesters. God. I used to pray for times like this. And you see this? Look, 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 look. Man.
Press.
This has been proven in historical work, by the way. It was obvious. He's trying to put a phone in his sock. That's not your pocket, bro. Like, that's a sock. Why would you? You don't even know where your pocket is.
I'm just gonna leave it.
You look like a
I don't want to get into an IT debate right now with people that have no idea for RT generally speaking.
And you see that? There's such an overwhelming force.
Like,
that guy
okay,
didn't
just so you guys know, guild chat is not private. PMs are not private. If you're on Blizzard, people are reading alongside you. I guarantee. By the way, never say anything in a computer chat you don't want anyone else to know, because people will know. Where's my? I do have a picture. Where is it? I could just do this, no? Oh no, I can't. How do I swap the LVUI? So my chat is here and the loot is here. Let's grab a Murloc. I hate the... Hang on. Is it alt? Yeah, it is alt. Copy scene. Duplicate. Wow. Block. Am I not merciful?
Resist arrest or cause any problems. Wow. Wow, look at that. Oh, man. Yep. Pocket malfunction. Yep.
Oh, that was so sorry.
The LRAD was developed for 3,000 years. Yeah, the LRAD was promised to protesters 3,000 years ago, guys.
Andy, you're about to back into him. Sorry. Good. Thank you. Back there. Give
See?
me about 3 more feet, okay?
Everybody,
Thank you.
see, everybody's so polite. There's no problems. See, this is the world I want to live in. I just want you to see that, you know, for all the people that are saying that, you know, I'm this crazy, awful person, and I want to see everybody get killed, and you know, all the stuff that people like to say about me. This is what I actually want. I do. I just want everything to be fine. I don't want to have aggressive, vitriolic, you know, physically dangerous people to go around and bully people, and that's it. I feel like it's really just that simple. So yeah. And oh, here we go. This is the White House put out a statement about this. So this is what they just said. And when was it? And okay, so Trump said, turn over all incarcerated or active warrant criminal illegal aliens for immediate deportation. Transfer all criminal illegal aliens arrested by state and local police. Assist federal authorities in detaining criminal illegal aliens wanted for crimes. Democrats must work with the federal government and in the rapid removal of all criminal illegal aliens. It's that simple in the chaos. That's right. Look at that. No resisting, no problems. It's almost like if you don't resist arrest, you're not going to get fucking beaten and anything bad is going to happen. It's that simple. To be a fly on the wall for that phone call between Walz and Trump. Look at him go.
All right, that wasn't so bad.
Please sit down and wait for instruction.
And they all had an item. Fantastic. Alright, that's... Okay. That's kind of nuts. I like it.
Beautiful. Who let the dogs out? I know. Who get arrested for something else? Yep, exactly. People are protesting Walz talking for Trump. I know. It's because, and again, like, that's what happens.
I do like how some people are like, wait, you stream?
Want to continue
yeah. Every single character like, okay, has Barrage TV in its name. What do you think? Of course, it's stream.
I can't hear you.
Tim needs to read out a Trump written apology. I like that. You gonna watch the Trump rally? Yeah.
Someone literally called me TV earlier. Like, bro, clearly Barrage is the first part of that. Why are you calling me TV, right? It took me a while to realize they were talking to me. It's like...
Political decisions should almost always be based on entirely utilitarian memes, always standing on ideology.
People make weird name shortcuts, man. Like, I don't understand.
A lot of people have, like, there's this idea that, you know, their ideology should trump and should overrule other people's well-being, right? So they think, oh, well, I believe in this ideology, so I'm going to create
you were close.
That's unsafe for people. Well, I don't agree with that. Right? I mean, and so the problem is that, like,
I
a
rolled
lot
a
of
5
people,
twice.
like,
I split the difference.
ideologies should be observed from humans, but I think the problem is that a lot of people's political ideologies are basically put on humans.
Oh, you can't
and
see it.
humans
Hey,
are
there's no
supposed to
chat right now.
act
So
through
yeah,
these
see?
ideologies.
Roll 5, roll 5.
So basically, the best ideologies are observed and then extrapolated, but the worst ideologies are imposed and then enforced. And so, really, any sort of ideology that you have to impose on other people is probably not a very good ideology. It's just how it is. I think about it logically. It's common sense. Is that, yeah, it's manufactured? Yeah. Duh. That's one of the biggest criticisms of communism.
No, I don't think that's true anymore, right? Like maybe 10 years ago, but in 2026, I feel like everyone.
It's making me think about voting.
Usually, the first reaction I get is like, another one. Like, yes, another one. Right.
And have you heard about new anti-gun legislation being pushed in VA? No, I haven't seen that at all. And why are they protesting? This is normal process in every country. Because they are radicalized and retarded. That's the reason why. It's that simple. So they used an LRAD to scramble on terrorists as they scramble. Like, bro, the title, Minnesota State Police test the LRAD on terrorists as they scramble like cockroaches.
Cockroaches? Like, what the fuck? What was that pronunciation?
Terrorists as they scramble like cockroaches.
Cockroaches. Why is there an A in the middle of that fucking word? God damn. Cockroaches. That's hilarious. Why is there like 4 at a time, man? I can't take 4 at a time.
Man. Yep. Just kidding. Yeah, they ran away. Look at them scatter. I know. They just, bro, they did the countdown and they started running. And I love to see this. And rioters in complete disbelief that the city and state police are arresting them. Panic setting in among the ringleaders.
I get quite a few people that show up.
For them. No fly lists, debanking.
Occasionally, right? Usually in like a fighting game or stuff like that. When you're like playing a fighting game online,
gentlemen,
people usually come. Mostly to whine when they lose or
feels good. It feels very,
laugh
very good.
when I'm raging because they won.
And yeah,
that's kind of how it goes.
It's like a fucking. I'm trying to think like what the word is for it. It's like a sound thing and it like fuck up your head basically. Oh, this is President Trump called out Tim Walz for doing a complete.
A sonic cannon.
Conversation with Governor Tim Walz. This man has suggested that this is a modern-day Gettysburg. He has likened his situation to Anne Frank in the Holocaust. He has said that I was your Gestapo army. And then you guys speak on the phone. I'm fascinated by that conversation.
It couldn't have been a nicer conversation. And
That's hilarious.
Man, how about that? Wow. Couldn't have been a nicer conversation. That's right.
in fact, I said to my people, I said, it's hard to believe that's the same guy I watch on television. Or I watch him.
He's fucking. He's just. He's cooking him right now, dude, with kindness. It's hilarious.
When they submit to him, exactly. He'd be like, "Yeah, this is such a great guy." Remember, he even called Gavin Newsom. Like, I mean, that's pretty impressive.
The debate not doing so well, or because we had a very reasonable conversation, very good conversation. If you believe the conversation, he'd like to get this thing over with. But think of it, in the whole country, we've done this so much. We have the crime down to a level that nobody ever, I campaigned a little bit on crime, a lot on the border. The problem is I gave you the best border in the history.
See, this is why I kind of like Trump occasionally, dude. Like, I did some stupid shit. Like, the whole Greenland shit, that was dumb. Okay, like, that was really fucking dumb. And it's just like, he shoots from the hip a lot. But he knows how to get the verbal jabs in, bro. Like, the question literally was, well, Tim Walz has called you the worst things in the book. And then called you. What was that conversation like? Oh, he's such a nice guy. He was really nice. Like, which means, like, he just indirectly exposed Tim Walz as a fraud, right? And just by being nice about him. Bro, that is brilliant, okay? That is like the most brilliant answer you could have given. Like, people don't give Trump enough credit. He knows what to say sometimes, right? Other times, right? They're like, don't get me wrong, I totally get that. But the man can play a crowd. Or play to a crowd, I suppose.
Of our country, nobody wants to talk about it anymore.
Both, you know. Let's be real.
No, he's right about this. Absolutely. What's this?
The years, and he's gotten along with governors.
I think that's the reason why he won twice as well. They just keep underestimating him. They look at him visually, how he acts and how he sometimes speaks, right? Because it does sound like a fucking 12th grader, a 5th grader sometimes, right? When he's like going all over the place and jumping from one and this. Oh, we've got the best guns. I told him, the guns we have, they're the best, right? It's like, what? Like, but he's fucking hilarious in like, it's like, I feel like it's like a tactic. Like a little slide thing, so you think he's an idiot, and then he just smacks you over the head with it. You know what I mean? Like, this guy is much smarter than you think he is.
Along with mayors, some people don't. Some people just want to do their job.
Because even with the Greenland thing, right? Even if they just drop that completely now, he put the fear of God into Denmark and Germany and fucking all of these all the EU countries over here, and he should. That's a good thing. We need to have a much bigger army. Like, we don't even have a fucking European army. You want to have a say as a European Union? You need force. F-O-R-C-E, and that means a military. So long as you don't have a military, you aren't shit. What are you gonna do? Oh, we'll put economic sanctions on you, and then a bigger military comes and kills you all. Where's the economic sanctions then? You need an army. We should have been building an army for 80 fucking years now. We could have rivaled America easily by now. I just... And then the EU signs a trade agreement with ease of access to India. Why? That's the exact opposite of what we want. We want less immigration from shit countries, not more immigration from shit countries. Like, this is unbelievable, dude. The people in charge of the EU are literal traitors to their countries, in my opinion. Like, they do the exact opposite of what's in the best interest for the country. It's disgusting, revolting, and the fact that they're not elected makes it so much worse. We are being ruled by a small cabal of unelected aristocracy. Yeah, that's my whole point. Yeah. We need to tear the system down. The European system is not good. Like, the people in charge of the EU should be universally elected by the EU and not 5 people in the respective governments. That's how you create an aristocracy. Like, we are literally living like it's fucking 1600.
And that's sort of okay, too. That's generally been okay. Most of them are happy. Memphis, Tennessee, very tough, very straightforward.
Like, nothing will change for the EU's future and prospects so long as a small cabal of unelected officials are in charge.
Putting them in jail because some are so bad that you don't want to send them to where they came from because you're afraid they're going to come back.
Yeah.
They're murderers. So some are very down and straight, and others, Tom, I've noticed, as tough as he is, he gets along very good with governors and mayors. Now, I spoke to the mayor and to the governor yesterday, and they want to see it cleared up.
I'm so fascinated by your conversation with Governor Tim Walz. This man has suggested that this...
Yeah, no, how about that? And it's totally fine. Trump's a progressive. Yeah, Tom gets along with governors. Yeah, I guess so. Now, this is probably right now, as so far, it's at a limited amount, but they are starting to have cooperation, and the, ICE officers and the Border Patrol officers and everybody, they're not, just kind of out there all there by itself, right? And that's amazing. I'm very happy about this. This is great. And so Minnesota, no, and again, Trump made the call. And again, like, I think that, they said they were going to drop charges on Don Lemon. And it seems like a number of concessions were made. And in my opinion, good, fine.
A
Like,
race.
you've got to keep in mind, like, what is the main goal? The main goal is getting rid of the illegals. That's the big thing. And if Minnesota is now going to start working with Trump to get rid of those illegals, that's fine. That's fine. I'm glad.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
glad.
disgusting.
That's what I wanted. That's what no, fuck Don Lemon. No, I don't. I want to see Don Lemon go to jail too. I do. But I also am a rational, reasonable person. And if they concede certain things, you also have to concede certain things, or it's not really a negotiation. And yes, Trump could maybe ramrod it all the way through, and he could try to invoke the Insurrection Act. But if there's a chance that you can compromise and just work with this person or these people,
Should have done that 2 weeks
and
ago.
solve this problem without becoming a page on the history book, then that is a better solution. It is. Like, that's the ultimate goal. Like, you've got to remember, like, what is the goal here? Is the goal to make Minnesota do what you want? No, not really. It's to just get rid of the fucking illegals. Like, that's the actual goal. That's what the people voted for. They didn't vote on Trump to bully Minnesota. Like, who gives a fuck about that? Like, yeah, obviously they're assholes and they're stupid. I don't like them. But at the same time, like, it's not really a big deal. Like, the problem is the fucking illegals. Like, let's be honest, guys. Like, you've got to keep your eye on the fucking mission. So that's it. Why negotiate with the governor who's complicit in massive fraud? Because the fraud investigations are still going on. That's the reason why. And also because it's going to save lives, time, money, and everything. And it's going to do that for everybody. If you can negotiate with somebody, you've got to keep in mind, we negotiated with the guy from Syria. That guy used to be on the ISIS on the Al-Qaeda kill list. So no, I think it's very reasonable to do that. I do. Well, anyway, and at the end of the day, is the outcome positive? I would say yes. I just want to see Don go to jail. I do too. I do, but I want to see the illegals deported more. As I've said with everything. Don't get me wrong. Emotionally, I feel the same way that you guys feel. But pragmatically, logically, I see this issue and I think to myself, okay, now we have a degree of control over the situation. We are getting what we want. Great. Let's move on.
I want to look for something, but I don't want to miss the spawn.
Sheriff's office. Anybody here? Where? This is where's the header?
It's
A poop bucket.
and there's no way for her to get out, huh?
No.
Today's one of the oddest days. It's been at 102, 103, today's 104.
Yeah, dude, it was bad.
That's like 40 degrees Celsius, by the way.
Water, nothing, huh?
No.
She steals food, and how much can you feed a kid?
I don't play games. You tell me how she got in that shed. Police in New Mexico respond to a shocking tip about a 6-year-old girl locked inside a rusty shed.
God,
But
I hate
it's soon
people.
clear that rescuing the child from extreme heat and the pervasive smell of human waste is only the first step in a criminal investigation that will produce one ghastly detail after another. The following report is based on official police
Bro, where's this
records,
boss,
and
man?
most of the footage has never been seen before until now. Please note that all persons charged with a crime are presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty in a court of law. The children's names have been changed to protect their identities. The Luna County Sheriff's Department in Deming, New Mexico is notified when a man reports finding a little girl locked in a shed.
Said as the stepdad to this child was working on a vehicle for him, so he went to go check on it, and when he got on the property, he started calling out for the guy. I think he said his name was Bruce. That's when the little girl answered back, and he walked up to the gate, or the metal barn there, whatever it is, and started talking to her.
The deputy drives out to the address to see if there is any truth to this alarming story.
It's in New Mexico, so the heat is like unbearable there.
Sheriff's office, anybody here?
The property is covered in furniture and equipment, but there are few signs of life. That is, until the deputy steps closer to a foreboding structure.
Is anybody here? Sheriff's office. Anybody here? Where? In the shed? Where at? Oh, hi.
Bro, there's a padlock on the fucking gate.
Are you okay? Who else is there with you?
My
How old
water
are you?
bottle and me, Jesus.
6? Where are your parents at? Are you able to come over here? How do you open it? The hole? Here? I can't climb that.
Despite the girl's encouragement, there doesn't appear to be any obvious way into the building. So, the deputy concentrates on getting information.
Do you have a phone for your parents? You don't have a phone? Okay. Was there a man here earlier? You said you had bruises. Do you have any bruises? How did that happen? The ground? You fell? Oh, okay.
The details are growing more concerning by the moment, but the urgent matter is getting the little girl to safety.
Do you have air conditioning in there? Do you have water? No? Is it hot in there? Are you scared? You're gonna be okay.
The deputy makes calls to fire and rescue, as well as the New Mexico Children's Youth and Families Department.
She's currently by herself. When I asked her where her parents are, she said that her parents left her and went into town.
With more assistance on the way, the deputy returns to keep the girl company. While her voice is bright and cheerful, her conditions are anything but.
You still there? Okay. I saw some friends coming, okay? We're going to try and help you, okay? Just wanted to let you know I'm still here, okay? Do you need anything? Are you thirsty?
Some people don't deserve kids.
Do you have water in there or no? No? Do you have food? Are you hungry? I'll see what I can do to get you food and water, okay? Do your parents always leave you alone? Only when you're bad?
That troubling statement lingers in the air as backup finally arrives.
Oh, she was bad, so we locked her in the shed with a poop bucket. Bro, these people need to be under the jail instead of in it.
Other way in.
Just check, open that.
It's locked right here. Try it though. No.
Bro, you grab the thing and you fucking beat the lock off. Surely you have probable cause for that now, right? They fucking locked a child in a shed.
That'll probably be on the way here soon.
I'm not sure I could be a cop, dude. The shit that these guys see. Fuck it, hell. Scar you for life.
Oh, it does open. Oh, it does open.
Having torn away the external wall, the deputies get one step closer to rescuing 6-year-old Ava from what appears to be a makeshift prison cell.
Where are you? Right there? Yes. Hi. I'm Deputy Olivas, Luna County.
We're coming to get you, baby. Come on out.
Anybody else there? No, just you? Then come on out.
You okay?
Yes.
Come with these gentlemen right here. They're gonna take care of you. You guys, come on, take her to the ambulance. We can just take her over there. Okay. Yeah. Get her out of here. It's kind of stuffy.
Check if anything else.
Check all around me, bro.
Do you have a flashlight just so we can document the conditions?
This is.
Just where's the header?
It's
a poop bucket.
a poop bucket.
How long have you been in there? Long time? Put your head, okay?
Is there anywhere for her to sleep up there?
There's like a mattress and stuff, but that's it. No pillows, no nothing.
Jesus Christ, bro.
There's no running water. Nothing.
This is getting worse by the fucking second.
As the deputies survey the sparse shed the child was left in, the EMTs check on Ava herself.
Are you hurt?
No.
No? What happened to your eye?
I just failed.
You fell? When did you fall?
Yesterday.
Yesterday? Okay, I'm gonna move your hair, okay?
Hair's all fucked up.
It's
She
not
hasn't.
hurting right now?
They haven't bathed this kid for weeks,
A little
seemingly.
bit? Okay.
And there's no way for her to get out, huh?
No.
Was it locked or how was it closed over there? Like a.
Lock. They had a lock on top of the hinge, so she couldn't get out.
So they locked her inside.
Are you hurt anywhere else? Is anything else hurting?
I think it's hurting just a tiny bit.
Just a tiny bit? Is it okay if I move your pants so I can see?
Yes. You need something?
Right here? Well, what happened there?
I just failed.
You fell? Okay.
And there was blood bleeding out of my head and here.
Okay. Are you able to wiggle your toes on this side?
Now with my shoe on.
You sure? There you go. That's good enough. As long as you're able to move it.
So you were only in the ship for how long? You said
Hour.
an hour. Okay.
The girl's estimate will turn out to be dramatically low. But even at this stage, the deputies know that this is a bad situation.
No shit.
Yeah, she said she fell yesterday. She didn't say Howard. I think she said she fell. She was pretty good for Yash. One of her pupils is bigger than the other, so he's. Yeah, probably. And then on her leg, she has significant bruising, like swelling. Around her shin, about right here, and a good scrape. She said that happened during the fall too.
Did you see the living conditions?
Yeah.
Well, they have her bed up top. So
Oh, is it?
I'm pretty sure she fell or something. Or they could have hit her too.
The darker possibilities
Bro.
are all speculation for now.
The dad in me is wanting to get some vengeance for that little kid. Holy shit, dude. Whoa, what the fuck? I'm actually getting really mad.
Are you Samantha? Yeah?
I'm getting legit upset over this.
Just go ahead and put your hand.
Holy fuck.
Go ahead and put your hands behind your back.
What? What's going on?
Go ahead and put your...
No, what's going on?
I will explain to you after you put your hands on top of the hood for me.
Can we at least wait for my husband to get here? He'll be here in a few minutes to take my baby.
Put your hands...
Please?
Put your hands behind...
Oh my god. Redneck filth.
Behind your back.
Can we just please wait for my husband to get here, just so he could get her, please?
Okay, no, we're gonna take care of her, okay?
Please? What is going on?
We'll explain to you here in a bit.
What's going on?
Go ahead and get in for me and then hang tight, okay?
What's going on?
With Samantha squared away, the deputies turn their attention to her 2-year-old daughter, Millie, in the back seat.
How are you? Hey, little baby, what's your name? What is that? Is your unit open just so she could get air? It's hot. Can I help you?
Today's one of the oddest days. It's been 102, 103. Today's 104.
Yeah, dude, it was bad.
The 2-year-old gets transferred to a patrol truck for air conditioning and water, while Samantha, without being told what any of this is about, makes a pretty good guess.
She wasn't even supposed to be here. She was supposed to be at her friend's house. She wasn't even supposed to be here. She was supposed to be with her friend.
Okay. And why wasn't she there?
I don't know.
Okay.
When we left earlier today, she was over there.
Oh yeah, she locked herself in there.
We'll have plenty of time to dig beneath the surface.
I'm getting really
But as
hurt.
Samantha's husband finally walks onto the property, she takes notice.
Bring me, I'll watch her. Yeah.
No!
Yeah. Rosanna, you go with her.
No! No!
So if you keep screaming, I'm gonna put you back in the truck, okay?
What is going on?
Once my detective gets here, we'll have her explain to you why we're here and what's going on, okay?
Bruce?
You hear that, you're in trouble. Obviously, they're in trouble, right? But when they say we're waiting on the detective, ooh, lawyer now. But thankfully, these are rednecks. They're not gonna do that.
Nothing like that? No? Okay, do me a favor. Just put your hands behind your back, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So as of right now, you're not under arrest. You're just under detainment, okay?
That's fine. That's fine. What's going on?
We'll explain to you more in a bit, okay?
The Bruce that deputies first encounter is calm and relaxed, but it will be a long time before they see this side of his personality again.
Hey, man, you ain't taking my girl.
Okay, ready?
You ain't taking my girl. I don't care. I will sue you guys.
Okay, ready?
I'm gonna be cooperative.
Like I said, for right now, you're just under detainment right now, okay?
Yeah.
So just go and hold on.
Whatever, man. You can't arrest me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
Okay.
Inside their respective patrol cars,
Wanna find
both
out?
Bruce and his wife struggle with the day's oppressive heat.
What's wrong?
I feel like I'm gonna pass out.
Like you're gonna pass out?
Yeah.
Is it too? Let's do this. Let's go back there. I don't have no water. None.
You walked a long ways over here.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Wait, what? Why am I taking damage? Oh.
What's gonna happen with my dog? If you could take him and set him inside the trailer, he's got food and water, there's air conditioning.
There's air, food, and water for the dog.
Bro, she's more concerned about the dog than her fucking kid. Anger rising.
That for us to open
There's
the door.
air, food, and water for the dog in the blue trailer.
That's what she
There's
told
no
me.
air, food, water. And
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Everything's fine.
the doctor just started crying.
But if Ava's predicament draws compassion from some, her stepfather is not among them.
While you're at it, why don't you take that little, it's the one that was here, why don't you take her and keep her? Because I don't want her here no more. I don't want that little problem here no more. She's the problem. She's not a good one.
Under the jail, bro.
My little girl. My little girl's a sweet little girl, and she's innocent, man. And I don't want her learning bad things. If I don't know what this girl had done to her, I don't know. But when we got her, she came from a child molester, okay?
Bruce will have much more to say about Ava's supposed influence on his biological daughter, Millie, before the day is through. In the meantime, Ava speaks to officers and a CYFD worker at the hospital.
I want to eat more of your chocolate. I can? All right.
Go in.
I will. Sorry.
Oh, he has to give you one.
I gotta give you one too? Is that a deal? I get you one, I take one? No, he don't want one.
You can have one.
Thank you.
I'm gonna give her one whole one.
Thank you so much.
It's my dinner.
I appreciate it. You're very nice.
She's the problem. That little girl's the problem. I took him on out of the goodness. I took her on out of the goodness of my heart. And now, what? What has happened now? It's always something.
Bro, she's 6.
It's always something with her. She's been trying to hurt my little girl. My little girl's innocent. She's not going to get corrupted by some child molesters. Appreciate it. You know I can't be incarcerated. I have mental illness. I'm to the point. My mom put up $30,000 and I would not be incarcerated.
Yeah, that's how that works.
She'll shoot us down for every time they have. My mom's worth several million. They got enough money to buy and sell this whole damn department.
Despite the risk to the town and the sheriff's department, Bruce is taken to the station and locked in a holding cell, where the worst of his rage is still waiting to come out.
What is the problem?
That's the problem. Neglect.
You need to calm down, okay?
Bruce's logic has no effect. Meanwhile, Samantha says goodbye to Millie at the hospital.
I love you, baby. You're probably gonna be getting her back.
Hopefully not.
So let me go ahead and take her, and then that way we get you to the office. The faster I get you to the office, the faster my detective can explain anything to you, okay?
Be a good girl. Mama come get you, baby. I promise. Mama come get you.
15 minutes later, Samantha arrives at the station, where she'll be detained in the cell next to her husband.
Hang tight, we're gonna be right here.
Baby, just wait until the detective gets here. We'll figure this out.
Well, when are you gonna get here? I'm getting old and I'm an old man, man. Yeah. I don't know if I want to know what the hell he's gonna say. I don't know if I want to know. Where my luck goes. Sammy, you heard of it.
Just wait until the detective gets here.
What's his problem? What's taking so long?
She was at the hospital.
Huh?
She was at the hospital. She was supposed to be with. Remember?
Ava's whereabouts are enough to send Bruce on another tirade.
I heard him send her back where she came from. She's not my kid. She's not my kid. She's corrupting my damn kid. My kid can't be right with a kid like that around. I don't even want her around that damn girl. They're up to no good. Crazy dog, all nasty, and everything else. What the f is wrong with her? She lies. She steals. She does stuff to my daughter.
Oh. Bro, there's like 30 more minutes of this. I'm not sure I'm gonna make this without punching something. Holy fucking shit. Jesus.
At the hospital, the little girl Bruce is characterized as a devious criminal is questioned about her home life.
So when you get in trouble, let's say you do something wrong, how do you get punished? How do you get disciplined? Beat up?
Bro, and she's just so fucking
How does that make you look?
cheerfully innocent. Innocently cheerful, sorry. What the fuck, dude?
Open or closed?
Open.
Open?
Mom just slaps me when I'm back.
Not my daughter. The only one that's not my daughter. May as well not be her daughter. She don't like her mother. She don't love her mother. She's mean to her mother. She does bad things to her all the time.
Yeah, I mean, where does mommy slap you?
Everywhere.
Everywhere. Like, tell me what everywhere is.
Right here, right here, right here. Right here. And right here.
You should not be mean to your mother or father. It shouldn't be that way. It's against God's way.
Here, right here. Right here, and right here.
That little girl's gonna go to hell.
Here, right here. Right here.
Oh god. I feel like you just gotta shoot this guy. Thankfully, he's such a fucking redneck retard. He's just basically incriminating himself the whole time right now.
That may be the question of the hour, but first, Bruce's anger nearly leads to a crisis.
You can't hold me here for something I ain't even done. Bull! Bull! You need to stop this. Get me out now. I want to go get my daughter. I'm going home. I don't know what that little lie would have told you or where the she was or what the she did to get in the hospital, but I would like to know. I'd like to know. You.
Hey, the more you keep banging on the door, the longer she's gonna take. I'm about to just throw my cups, bro.
He did this earlier.
Neva.
What do we say? You gotta be patient, right? I know it's taking. We gotta be patient. All right? You'll get your answers. You gotta be patient. Your wife's been patient, so you just gotta be patient, all right?
After 30 more seconds of this, Bruce suddenly gets quiet.
Good.
You okay? You okay? What's going on? What do you feel? You need me to call an ambulance? Yeah? Like I said, man, you gotta be careful. I'll go ahead and call the ambulance. What's going on? What do you feel?
My numbness in my arms. I can't breathe. I feel like this is hurt.
Good.
Let me call an ambulance for you, okay?
Hopefully, it doesn't make
Medics
it.
arrive and check on Bruce's condition, but it's not long before he's ramping up once again.
Too bad.
What is going on now? I mean, I don't understand it.
So you said you were having a stroke, and we're assessing your vitals to make sure that you're okay, all right? So we're just here to make sure that you're okay.
You won't even tell me why I'm here.
All right.
I wasn't even. I come home. There's cops in my house.
So I can tell you right now, what makes you think you're having a stroke?
Nerves.
Yeah? You ever had an anxiety attack?
Voice of that, probably.
Yeah? I mean, that's probably what's going on right now, okay?
As Bruce is treated, Samantha is taken to an interrogation room, and detectives begin by refuting her primary defense, that Ava was supposed to be at a friend's house.
She wasn't with you guys. You left her at the house. You and your husband left her at the house when you went to town.
I didn't know about that. No, when I left this morning, the shed was locked.
So I never mentioned a shed. You brought up a shed.
And there's
the shed was locked, right?
Yeah.
And you know why?
I always
because your
locked the
daughter
shed.
was inside that shed.
But I didn't put her. She wasn't there.
So she
this
wasn't
morning.
with.
She wasn't there this morning.
Yes, she was.
Not that I knew.
Who has the
She
key?
definitely know.
There's one key on the car keys, and my husband has the other key.
Exactly, and both of y'all were gone with those keys, and that was locked up. We pulled her out of that shed. Yes. Now let's start over, and you can be honest with me. I don't play games. We're not going to play games here. We're not going to be playing games. You tell me how she got in that shed.
After a long pause, Samantha begins to come around, but her reluctance is palpable.
I don't want to get hurt. You don't want to get hurt? Who's going to hurt you? Are you scared of your husband? Yeah? How come?
I don't believe her. I mean, I should rephrase that. Let me calm down. I'm like literally fuming over this. Like, Jesus Christ. I don't know why, but this turned on my my dad gene or something. Fucking hell. I never want kids, but seeing that. Oh. Any normal person would, right? It's like, sure, you might be scared of him, but goddamn, you're definitely not innocent.
I've seen his temper. He's sure shown us his temper today, hasn't he? Is it worse than that? Is it? Okay.
Oh, no.
What happens when he loses
Dive into the
his
bushes!
temper? Okay, so let me say something.
'Cause stitches gets bitches.
You're the one that can help make her safe. Is safe around your husband?
I want to believe she is.
That's a no.
That's not an answer. Because I've seen her.
When is that? When his temper's up?
Yeah. That happens pretty often, huh? He can't handle stress very well, right? That's when his temper goes berserk. Okay.
I mean, I have the same thing, but there's like limits, right? Like, how about you just destroy something instead, you know? Like, look at that fan. Fuck that fan. Murder the fan. Alright? Don't take it out on fucking people.
Okay.
The fuck?
So what happened today?
He can't know that I see.
No worries.
And I mean, oh, I mean the fan, like a ventilation fan, right? Not a fan. I just realized that could be denoted as a word for a human as well. I didn't mean that. I mean like an inanimate object.
It wasn't even today.
When was it?
Yesterday.
And with that, Samantha begins to finally share her version of what happened to her daughter.
I went to town. And first, we were going to watch the kids.
Both of them? Okay. So you went to town. Where'd you go in town? Let's take this a little step at a time. I'm sorry?
I went to go try to hustle.
Okay, to go hustle. Where do you go to hustle?
I go different places.
Is that what I think? Is that what? Does that mean what I think it means?
Walmart, holding a sign saying anything helps. God bless.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Samantha says the day's hustling only
doesn't.
brought in $6. But when she returned home, she found Bruce in a foul mood, yelling about Ava's behavior.
She was in the shed.
And she was in the shed when you got home? And what time did you get home?
Probably between 5 and 6. Okay. I'm not exactly sure about the time.
Okay, so between 1:30 and 6 at the latest, around there, she was put in the shed. He's done it before, right? Yeah. Let's talk about
prior to yesterday. Lee Hammer was sleeping in the shop, the big building. And, we're still trying to get the trailer fixed up. We still have some work to do to it.
And that's the shop that's attached to the shed, right? Kind of attached to it? Okay.
The responding officers noticed this area after rescuing Ava from the shed.
Sheriff's office. Open. Because I know they have another kid.
She said that they took her. She said she has a little sister.
Yeah, we might as well get the living conditions of this area too.
Yeah.
Looks like this is where they have the baby. It's hot in here.
Dude, that's crazy, bro.
It's ridiculous, man.
Samantha says that while they were staying in the shop, Ava would get up and go through things that didn't belong to her. So Bruce decided she could start sleeping in the shed by herself.
Let's say it was at 6 o'clock yesterday evening, at the latest, that she went in there. Did you try to get her out of the shed in any way?
I tried talking him out of it.
Tell me what you said to him about it.
I told him I was too hard to be keeping her in there during the day like that. Wasn't having it. I was able to check on her. Periodically, give her water, give her something to eat.
What did you give her to eat?
I gave her, she cheese puffs. I gave her a couple.
Oh yeah, that's
of
nutritious.
pot pie. Gave her an apple.
According to officials, Ava told the medics that she'd only eaten one tortilla and some diced onion yesterday. This morning, Samantha says she, Bruce, and Millie went into town.
And yet you left her in the room by herself. You were concerned the day before that it was too hot for her, but you went ahead and went to town today and left her in the room. Is that correct?
I'm scared to go against that man.
I can't remember what I need. Is it the spider eater? It might be the spider eater.
I said, no, she needs to sit in the shed.
Oh no, it was the legs I bought him.
Samantha
Yeah, I don't
tells
need
the
to kill these guys at
detectives
all.
that Bruce frequently uses the shed as a way to punish Ava.
She said she gets put in there quite often. And you give us a number.
Say out of
You just hear him yell in the background. Bro, gag that motherfucker.
half the time at least.
But the detectives also have concerns that go well beyond the shed.
How'd she get the black eye?
From him, I assume.
She's got like a big mark on her back. Looks like a V shape. What's that about? Why does she have bruises all over her back? And they're old bruises. They're not from yesterday. She's got hair yanked out of the top of her head. A big patch, about that big, of hair, missing hair with it all bruised.
Samantha has little to say to these inquiries. 2 months earlier, she shared a quote on Facebook that read, "If I'm disciplining my child and you're around, please keep your mouth closed. Let the parent do the parenting and mind your business."
I'm trying to get you to tell me the
See?
words. I can't put words in.
Definitely not innocent.
She got hurt. Okay? Yeah, he's yelling again. It's all right. He can yell all he wants.
What an animal, dude.
I'm going to talk to him next.
Be careful.
Oh, I hope he tries something, dude. Like, I'm pretty sure they're thinking that too. I hope he tries something.
It is indeed Bruce's
Now we got an
time to come
excuse.
speak with detectives, and he brings a much different level of composure to the interrogation room.
Too bad.
We know that he was locked inside the shed out at your house.
Okay, I was unaware of this.
Bro, the fact he's been like ranting about she's like a little bee, she's going to hell, she's a this and that, and like all of a sudden he's like Mr. Nice Guy, right? Wow. My God, put these people under the jail, dude.
We're aware of it because you.
Holy shit, I'm getting so mad.
We already know this. We do know
Fuck.
this already.
She's been doing things to my little one, and she's not my kid.
Okay, so what has she been doing to you? So I assume that.
She's touching my little girl, and
How do you know she's been touching your little?
Bro, she's 6. She has no concept of such things. What a fucking freak, bro.
I caught her doing it.
Okay, what do you mean touching her?
Touching my little girl in improper ways.
Oh my God.
She was the guy that she brought the prop to us, and she had been being molested, and that's on record.
Ava was in the custody of Samantha's friend for most of her first 5 years, but the detective says that according to an interview Ava did with officials, there was no molestation involved. It's also worth noting that in her own interview, Samantha made no mention of Ava inappropriately touching her baby sister.
So today, how is it that she was in that shed locked in? Did she get in trouble for touching your daughter again?
Yes, and
Okay.
I meant to get back sooner, man. I wasn't gone that long,
When did you put her in there?
This morning.
No.
Sometime this morning.
Yesterday.
Well, I let her out. I mean, it's just like her room. I've been punishing her to try to get her to straighten up, to stop, to stop doing these things. And she's been in there 2 days, okay?
She's been in there.
You sure?
She sleeps in there normally.
But she was
because
locked
it's
in
her
there.
bedroom.
She was locked in there.
I don't know.
My emotional support animal just showed up. Come here, you.
Correct? Is that correct?
I don't know.
Yes, you do. You live there. The lock is too high. The latch is too high for her to reach.
There.
Yes, you were. You were there.
Okay. I wasn't aware that she couldn't reach the lock. I wasn't aware that she couldn't get out.
The detective remains unconvinced, but Bruce says that, in any case, Ava's conditions weren't as bad as they might have seemed.
She had water, and
There was a literal poop bucket, for fuck's sake.
both of us. I gave her some crackers. She had food.
And she said she didn't have a cell phone, no running water. After she was thirsty, she said yes. After she was hungry, she said yeah.
But Bruce says that Ava's hunger is actually one of the main problems.
Because she gets in the house and she steals food and she rummages through things all night.
What do you mean she
How do you steal food from your own fucking house?
steals food?
She steals food, and I don't know why. She gets fed. I mean,
Is she not welcome to have food when she's hungry?
well, how much can you feed a kid? I mean, she's
As much
got a
as
belly
can.
already.
As much
She's
as
got a belly.
I saw her. She
I
doesn't
know.
have a belly.
Yes, she
So,
does.
I saw her just
She
a
has
couple
a
hours
belly.
ago. So please, let's get this past.
Bro,
this.
she's like this thin.
Belly.
She's got a belly.
A little 6-year-old can't eat when she's hungry.
If I had more to feed her, I would feed her all the time. I mean, I like the little girl, okay?
Well, we can tell. Yeah. Oh, I hate these people so much, bro. Like, holy shit. I want to say things that are very un-TOS right now, dude. Like, holy fuck.
So you locked a little 6-year-old girl in a shed.
I mean, and it's just...
What was the
it's a
temperature
comfortable
yesterday?
shed.
What was the temperature yesterday and today? In the middle of the day.
I don't really know, but
I
I know
do.
that
Do you know?
it's shady under that shed.
No,
There's
it's
shade.
not.
Yes, it is. It's shaded.
It was 105 yesterday.
I didn't know that. I know it's hot.
Well, you were inside the trailer where it was air conditioning.
Bruce downplays the effectiveness of the trailer's AC, which, oddly enough, his wife brought up as well, though for a far different reason.
She had a cut above her eye. He got mad and picked up one of the wires. Like a little air conditioning line. It was probably, I don't know, maybe that long.
About 16, 18 inches?
About that long.
Okay.
And he smacked her with it a few times.
Tell me about
Under the jail, bro.
a black eye.
I don't even know.
Yeah,
That-
I do.
I'm not sure. I didn't give it to her.
Who
didn't do
did?
it. I figured Samantha did. But
Oh, come on.
That's what she said. Samantha said that she did it. And I've just been struggling with what to do with the situation. I mean, I'm being honest with you.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. I did not give her the wound over her eye. I did not. She didn't have it when I put her in the shed.
She didn't have it when you put her in the shed?
No.
That thing scabbed over.
I know.
That's bull.
That is how
What do you, I know. What do you mean you know? How do you know if it's scabbed over then if she didn't have it? Under the jail.
How did she get it?
Tell me.
Samantha
Are you
said-
a liar?
No, I'm not.
Are you?
I'm not. Samantha said that she went too far.
Samantha did make a comment along those lines, though in her telling, it doesn't seem irrelevant to today's injuries.
Have you ever laid a hand on her?
Spanking her, yes.
Okay.
I will admit I got a little too carried away one time, but
When was that?
it's, guys, almost a year ago. It wasn't that bad, no, but I smacked her hard enough till I left a little bruise, but
Where at?
it was on her arm.
On the contrary, she says her husband's actions a few days ago are to blame for what officials have seen on Ava's face today.
Well, might as
He
well.
punched her a couple times and kicked her and put her in the shed.
When he punched her a couple of times, were you there when he punched her? Did you see it happen? Okay. Where did he punch her? On her body?
On the arm, on the back.
You said he kicked her? Where did he kick her on her body?
About the tailbone, lower back, maybe the butt.
I don't know where this is going to because I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I promise you. Yes, ma'am. I wouldn't do that to. I wouldn't hit a little girl like that. No.
He
But if
definitely would.
Samantha's earlier interview is to be believed, that's not true.
Does he mostly take his anger out on her?
Me and her.
She says that Millie, the 2-year-old, never feels his wrath.
It won't always be that way. You know that, right?
This isn't my first abusive relationship.
Okay. You don't take responsibility for your own stuff, do you?
Yes, I do.
Well, then let's do it, and let's quit this bull, and let's start talking the truth instead of this bull. It's dribbling out of your mouth.
I'm telling you the truth.
No, sir, you're not.
Perhaps sensing that his current strategy isn't working,
I love that the other police officer just like sits there and looks straight at him, like mean mugging him. I love that. Try something, motherfucker. I hope you do. I love that.
Bruce tries something new.
I don't know what to do, man. I don't know what to do. I wish she could go back and things would be back like it was before we got her. Okay, you can't just give her back, you know? I mean, what's that going to look like, you know? I'm trying to be a father to her, man. I tried. And I don't know how to give her the help that she needs, you know? I don't want to lose what I got.
Zero compassion with this freak.
You know, I don't know what to do.
All told, Bruce goes on for a solid 10 minutes while the detectives remain silent, perhaps remembering some of the more horrifying details from Samantha's interview.
Above her left eye, closer to
Oh my god. I'm like actually like fucking fuming, dude. Holy shit. Some people really don't deserve to be alive, let alone have children.
He told me that one himself.
And how did he do that one?
He said that he hit her with a stick.
Did she ever get any broken bones or anything?
Not that I know of.
Did she ever get her wrist or her elbow injured?
Not.
So there's
Not
some,
to that extent.
There's some concerns at the hospital that she has a. Let me just tell you what it says, okay? Her right wrist and elbow look deformed.
He twisted her arm, but
So was this a regular thing, or were you remembering one time when he twisted her arm?
maybe 2 times, maybe 3 times tops, but it's been a minute though since that happened. Since last time
Quite a while.
It didn't look that bad. I mean, it really
Well,
didn't.
you're saying it didn't look that bad. What do you mean? Did it look bad at all?
A little bit, yes.
Okay.
I mean,
When was that?
Back in February, March. She complained about it hurting,
Okay.
but like I said, I wouldn't think that it was to that extent of damage.
Okay.
But you know, you more than likely are right. You know, I probably just didn't see exactly the cause of the damage, but
But even with these shocking accounts of what Ava has been through over the last year, the detectives still suspect there's more.
Why does she have cigarette burns on her back?
the hell you mean cigarette burns? What? Are you serious?
There's a spot on her back that looked like a cigarette burn to me.
Are you serious?
Yes, ma'am. Why would I say it? Have you ever seen him put a cigarette out on her or burn her with a cigarette?
Have I seen him do it? No.
Well, what
But
does that mean?
Would I put it past him? No.
When Bruce is questioned about these injuries, he points the finger right back.
You smoke?
Do I smoke?
Smoke.
Cigars, yeah.
Cigars.
Yeah.
How'd you get the wound on her back, her lower back?
I don't know that either. I don't know that either.
A lot like a cigar burn.
Samantha smokes too, but
No,
I
she doesn't.
Yes, she does.
What does she smoke?
Cigars. She smokes more than I do. I don't smoke that often.
You ever pull her by her arm? Real hard, drag her anywhere? Ever complained about any problem with her arm, wrist, or elbow, anything like that?
No, she's been pretty healthy.
She's in the hospital. She's not very healthy at all.
May I ask what?
No, you may not.
I like this
know
detective.
She has no gash above her eye, and Samantha told me that. And I told her, we're gonna have to stop doing this. If you put a gash over her eye, we're gonna get in trouble for this kind of crap, yeah?
You did that. You did that with a stick.
No, I didn't.
But with Samantha putting the vast majority of the blame on Bruce, it's up to her to explain why she didn't just take Ava and leave.
You want her to grow up and thinking that being beaten by a big man is the way to live? You don't like it?
I couldn't get away.
You're taking her to the hospital for any of these injuries?
I wanted to.
Why didn't you?
I'm terrified of that man.
He won't allow you to?
It's just yelling in the background.
Don't want to risk it.
Has he ever told you not to tell anybody anything?
What'll happen if you do? Have you told you what'll happen?
Not exactly. I mean, he's threatened to shoot me before.
You don't need to go back to that house. There are services. There's the healing house. It's a domestic violence shelter for people. Yes, that's available. There are services that go along with that.
Samantha says she has a friend who offered to take her and the girls in if things got bad in the home.
So how come you haven't done that before now? And like I said, this is not judgment. I'm trying to understand how your thinking is, how things came to this, not as a judgment, okay?
Because I know how bad his temper can get.
Okay.
And I don't really feel like having to look over my shoulder to whether or not I'm going to be shot in the back.
Okay.
In any event, 33-year-old Samantha England's next destination is neither a domestic violence shelter nor her friend's house. Following her interview,
Straight
she
to
was
jail.
arrested and charged with 1 count of abuse of a child. Her case remains ongoing.
You're trying to make me the bad guy. I mean, I know it looks bad, but I'm not the one. I'm not the one. I'm not the one you think I am. So
2 more days.
I've got no more
Nur
to
2
say.
Tage.
Then we're done. You need to be quiet.
Jawohl.
Let's step
Come on,
out.
sir.
Let's go. I don't want to hear you yelling in there to talk to me anymore either.
55-year-old Bruce Anglin was arrested and charged with 2 counts of abuse of a child, 2 counts of conspiracy to commit abuse of a child, 1 count of false imprisonment, and 1 count of conspiracy to commit false imprisonment.
Throwing the book
He's
at
pled
him.
not guilty to the charges. According to the district attorney, both Bruce and Samantha are being held without bond at the Luna County Detention Center while awaiting trial. Both children have been placed in protective custody with the state. If you'd like to see select new videos early and help us keep uncovering
That's
case
unfortunate,
files
but,
that
you know,
rarely
bitter.
come to light, you'll find extra footage and unseen details on
Theo
our
is
Facebook
friendly? Oh, definitely not. Okay. Hang on. I read the headline.
Pushed with a rocket-propelled grenade on Sunday. CCTV
In the
footage
Philippines,
shows a
holy
black
shit.
SUV carrying the local mayor pulling into a petrol station just after 6 a.m. when an attacker fired an RPG from across the street. Another gunman armed with an assault rifle also opened fire. The vehicle managed to escape the scene despite sustaining damage.
It's
Two of
kinda
the mayor's
nuts,
security
bro.
personnel were injured in the attack. 2 of the mayor's security personnel were injured in the attack.
Toyota, bro. Nothing stops that shit. Like, RPG, that's fine. Keep on going. Apparently one of the comments is, they failed and later gunned down by police. Wah, wah, wah. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. That was shit. Yeah. Yeah, I heard the boo. Oh no, there's a rogue. Right? To be fair, if it was hardcore, I would never like run in there like that either. Like it's softcore, right? I could just like YOLO. How's your mom, by the way? Like, she come over? I just realized I didn't even have my poisons up. Oops. Fuck. I was trying to sap. I really should put that on a button instead of a clicky.
In order for your scenario to work, you have
this latest shooting that is dividing everybody. The shooting of Alex Pretty, and we've all seen the different video angles. It seems to me, given that he was disarmed before they shot him, given the fact that there were multiple agents restraining him, pushing him towards the ground, it seems to me like an unjustified shooting that could potentially be considered prosecuted for either murder or manslaughter at some point. But where are you at on this shooting?
Right. So, like essentially there are good shoots and bad shoots in terms of legality, but there's like shootings like this that exist in maybe like a moral gray area because we know with the benefit of hindsight that they got the firearm away from him. Now there's a lot of speculation that the firearm that the guy had, Alex Pretty, is one of these defective firearms that will like often improperly discharge, and I've seen video that makes the case that that has happened. It's not confirmed as far as I know, but if you have officers yelling gun, 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 then you get the gun removed, and not every officer knows that. Hopefully in that situation people start shouting clear so that they know that the gun is gone, but then you hear a gunshot seconds later and then people respond to that gunshot. You're in a situation where somebody who died shouldn't have died, obviously, and it's a tragedy, but it's not a crime, it's not a murder, it's not a manslaughter.
I agree with
they're
this.
responding to circumstances in that moment, and legally this is how we judge those standards. That being said, it is tragic. Like, I wish this guy would not have gotten shot in this scenario. It's just that's what it looks like happened as of right now.
All right, Steven, your perspective on this.
Yeah, so I mean, unless there's more circumstances that I'm not aware of, I just don't see any reason why the officers would have interpreted him as being a threat. We've heard a lot of crazy things from this administration, from Kristi Noem, from the guy who just got fired, but I want to say Bongino, but it's not him. Bovino? Yeah.
Greg
the guy
Bovino.
who was the commander, the commander of the at-large forces for ICE, and then Trump himself has, been posting on Truth and everything that this guy was attacking officers and was brandishing his weapon and acting in a threatening manner, and I just don't see that anywhere. I don't see how this cop could have ever thought that this person was a threat. There's a lot of questionable stuff leading up to the
Jesus.
altercation where he's, pushing this guy, pepper spraying him. I really
Lady, you
just don't
scared the
see
shit
any
out of me.
justification. There's some things you can kind of be on the wall with, but for this particular shoot, I don't see how it was an ethical or a legal shoot when one considers the totality of the circumstances. I don't think that officer should have ever felt like his life was in danger.
Yeah, that's what it comes down to, Sean, legally speaking, is whether the officer would have a reasonable fear of their life being in or bodily safety being in.
That's why I feel like the first we need to find who took the actual first shot. If it wasn't the P320 ADing or NDing, being ND'd. And if it's the guy that saw the gun being taken away and then shot the guy in the back, oh, I feel like that guy should maybe see some repercussions, because what the fuck is that?
Imminent danger, and if they do, then that's where you get a legally justified shooting. But if they don't, and not to say they weren't scared, they could fear for their life, but that fear might not be reasonable to an average person. And when you have a situation where this guy is basically like face down towards the ground, his back is up, there is a gun involved, and you mentioned that it may have discharged, of course. We don't know that for sure. That's being investigated. And I guess my question is, how much does that even change, though? Because well-trained officers hear a gun discharge and just immediately unload 10 bullets on the person in front of them who isn't holding or touching a gun. That doesn't sound right to me, Sean. Not that
Right,
I'm,
so-
trained as an LEO.
Well, sure, because you're skipping a few steps. So first of all, prior to them removing the firearm from him, it was identified. They're all shouting gun, gun, gun. So everyone in that space knows that this suspect has a gun at that moment. Then they get the firearm away. We don't know if all of the officers know that that firearm has been removed. Then you hear the discharge of a weapon. So it's like, oh, everybody identified that this guy had a gun. Whether they saw it or not, they understand that that's what's being called out to the other officers. Then you hear a discharge of a firearm and they react to that discharge. So it's not like a gunshot from across the street that had nothing to do with anything while they were first approaching this guy. This is mid-altercation, mid-resisting arrest that this happens, which is why, again, I consider this an unfortunate shooting, but not a criminal shooting.
Right, I don't know, if you make a massive mistake in your perception and somebody is disarmed and still shot because you misunderstand something, I mean, isn't that what manslaughter charges are?
Well, is somebody's disarmed when, though? Like, we're talking within a span of a couple of seconds. Like, he did have the gun on him. That's why the guns were drawn in response. You have all these people yelling out gun, 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 so they think that he has the firearm. And then, again, we don't know right now if it's the case that this gun actually discharged. It looks like it from a video, but it's a slow-down, grainy video. I'll give you that. But you have a discharge of a shot, then a slight delay, and then you have the shots coming in after the fact. And you're like, oh, well, he's not facing them at that moment in time. There are plenty of instances where somebody's turned away from you and they're firing. It's obviously...
Well, he's not touching the gun. The Wall Street Journal did the frame by frame, and they
Right,
found
he's
at
not-
no
well,
point
he
was he
can't be
touching the gun.
He can't be touching the gun there if it's in a Border Patrol agent's possession. So
Right. So why
Well,
are
but
they
even
in
higher,
reasonable
why
fear?
did they draw? Why did they ever draw their firearms? I don't think it was because he was reaching for a gun or saw.
It's because they identified a gun on his possession, which is why they were shouting "gun, gun, gun." And
Sure, but
again,
it can't be the rule that if you have a gun on you, the cops can draw their firearms and execute you, especially
But
when
that's
leading
how
up
it
to
happened,
the
so.
circumstances. But there is leading up to the circumstances. There's no reason to think that this guy was a threat or that this guy was.
if you have a firearm, you can watch as many traffic stops as you want where somebody identifies that they have a legal gun in the car. There is a great chance that the officer will draw their gun just based on the notification that you have a gun. And that's not even in a situation where somebody's actively resisting arrest and there's a struggle. So, like, they didn't shoot him because he had a
absolutely not the
possession of a
case.
gun.
That is
Oh,
absolutely
100%.
not true. I've seen so much cop slot videos. They do not just draw their firearm just because you identify that you have one in the car. Now, if you're reaching for a gun, or if officers believe you're reaching for a gun, or if you're scuffling and somebody identifies a firearm,
If
sure.
they expect the chance of a deadly force threat, then they will. Then not all the time. Obviously, you can find videos where this doesn't happen, but they will very likely draw their firearms in that scenario because you want to have it at the ready.
I agree,
Because
but
the
you just
draw-
totally changed your argument. You said expect deadly force. Just merely
No,
identifying
I didn't say
a
expect
firearm.
deadly force. I said expect them to have their guns out.
That's not what you did. Well, okay. If you want
You
to say
said that
that's
he was
fine.
executed for
No, you, wait,
having
wait,
a
you just said if they
firearm.
expect deadly force threat. A cop will not draw his weapon
Yeah.
simply because you've identified that you have a firearm. This would be
Because
totally
they expect
improper.
a firearm is a deadly force threat.
Yeah, but he's.
Why are you so needy all the
I've been
time?
pulled over
Huh?
several times with a
Why are
firearm.
you so
in my
needy
car
all
for
the time?
security.
You always
Just
want
because you identify
attention.
The officer, you have a firearm doesn't mean that
What
they're
a
going to pull their
diva.
gun out and aim it at you. They'll probably ask to be the ones to remove it. They'll probably ask to be the ones to handle the firearm, which is fine. But simply having a firearm does not necessitate them brandishing their weapons at you.
Again, but
especially on the
you're
back of
cutting out
them
the
fucking you.
context. You're cutting out the
How are
context
you?
of this situation. He didn't just have a firearm on him when they first approached him. He had it mid-resisting arrest. That's when this information was revealed, and
That
that's
was
when
when
the
it was
guns were
revealed that
drawn.
he didn't. It's not. He didn't pull the firearm at all. The cop was
But
fighting him
that's
on
when
the
this
ground. The cop
information
was-
became known to the officers.
Sure, that's fine, but they shouldn't have been tackling him and pushing him onto the ground. There was no
But
reason for.
he intervened in their other encounter with that lady. Like,
Not,
he put
I
his
mean,
body
okay, but he
in
did
the-
not
It
assault.
doesn't- it doesn't
Hang on, one
matter.
second.
There's no- there's-
Let's Sean, let's just be clear. Everyone's seen the video, and I understand when you see him. We see a woman pushed to the ground who he may or may have not have been with, and then we see him kind of step in front of and put an arm up in almost like a de-escalation attempt, and then he does touch the officer, but you acknowledge he wasn't like assaulting the officer.
He put himself in the middle of the officer and the lady. That's impeding. And then he's like, whoa. Now you're done too.
That
I
maybe
never
it was a
made that
mistake
case. I
to
said
touch
he was
him.
intervening with whatever that encounter was.
And that does that inherently constitute obstruction if you simply step into a situation?
Yeah, of course. He was intervening. Does that count as obstruction? Bro, do you listen to yourself? Did you think about what you just said for longer than 0.1 milliseconds before it came out of your pie hole? What the fuck is this? He looks exactly... It's the guy in the middle. He looks exactly what you think he looks like after hearing that. I don't know what's going on. Woo! Wanker.
Literally putting his body in between them to obstruct them. Like, if you go see somebody get arrested on the street, like, go put your body between that person.
I mean, I
and the
agree that's a
officer
mistake to
and see
do.
what
I
he
agree
gets
that's a
charged with.
mistake to do.
Hold on, wait. To be clear, the lady was not being arrested. We have no evidence of that whatsoever. The cop is just shoving people over. It just seems like the cop is just.
It does
attacking
look
people.
bad.
Well, not just bad, but the cop is just acting with an unjustified use of force that makes no sense unless he's just like attacking people. Like there's at no point in an arrest you're just shoving people over for what?
Again,
Why?
fine. If you see an officer put somebody on the ground and it's not clear whether they're arresting them or not, then go put your body in between
It's
you
still
and
a bad
that person,
idea.
I think
and
so.
then
I
see
think
if
that-
see if that's going to work out for you.
Sure. So you've conceded the whole argument because you keep morphing the words every time.
I'm
If
not
you see
morphing
an officer-
anything.
You are. If you see an officer put somebody on the ground, if the
Yeah, if
officer
you see
was like.
So
But that's
first of all,
not what we're
that
talking
woman,
about.
that
We're
woman
not
was in the
talking
middle
about
of
the officer
traffic.
going to the ground. We're not talking about any of that. He shoves the woman with his arm, right? Do you acknowledge that? He just shoves the woman aside with his arm.
Yeah, he shoves
right?
the woman that's in the way. Yeah.
Well, she wasn't in the way when he shoved her. Right?
He shoves the woman. Okay, go ahead.
So he shoves the woman with his arm, Doesn't look like there's I don't know why you would do that. If you want to arrest him, you'd probably hold them still and arrest them, right? It seems like he just gets mad, just shoves the lady away, and then the guy, I don't even know if he puts his hand on her, but it looks like he steps in and then turns around to pick the woman up as the cop just starts pepper spraying the guy with the phone. Why? There's no
so
reason.
He gets in between he gets in between the officer and the subject that he's engaged with, and
which
it's
is not a
unknown
good
whether or not he
idea.
wanted to arrest
He's
that
not
person.
He's not engaged with the subject anymore. He just pushed her. He just shoved her away, and that was
He's
it.
moving towards her when this guy comes and cuts them in between. You don't know what's going to happen.
Sure, you don't, but I know that there's no reason for the cop to start pepper spraying the guy. The guy's locked in like a death QuickTime event. As soon as the cop starts to close the gap, and he pepper sprays the dude for no reason. We've got escalation there. Then they start fighting. I don't even want to say fighting. The guy doesn't even fight back. He turns around. He's slipping on the ice, and then the cop gets his whole crew over to tackle the dude and execute him.
Yeah, Sean, can I ask you this? You don't think the ICE officer, regardless of whether you think the ultimate decision to pull the trigger is justified, you don't think these officers, like, seem well trained and handled the situation well, do you? Because it seems like amateur hour to me. It seems like they escalated. Seems like there was like 6 of them and they couldn't restrain one, probably soy-filled guy who is not exactly, looks like he's a beast, difficult to control. It doesn't seem like ICE is exactly sending their best to Minneapolis right now.
I mean, first of all, I believe this was like CBD, Customs and Border Patrol, not ICE.
Yeah,
but,
so DHS still, but yeah.
But again, like, what are you supposed to do in this scenario? Like draw me a picture of how to do it better if they can't get in control of this individual that's on the ground. And then during that process, which is seconds long, they end up finding out that he has a gun. Like, one of them got in there and removed the gun. I think that was really effective to get in there and remove the gun.
Why?
Unfortunately, that was
why were they even dogpiling him?
There
was that part bad training, or was that part good training?
The bad training was, one, is shoving a lady with your arm. There's just no reason to do that, so that was bad. Pepper spraying the guy for literally no reason. That was bad. Attacking or tackling this dude who's now totally discombobulated, who doesn't seem to be a threat at all. That was bad. Bringing all your boys over to tackle the dude. That was bad. Smacking the dude in the face over and over again with the bottom of the mace or whatever. That was bad. And then taking the gun off him, having a negligent discharge, and then executing the guy. All of these things were bad.
They pepper sprayed the guy after he interceded in their action, which you're like, well, I don't know if it was going to be an arrest.
Does that justify a pepper spray?
That's not enough to pepper spray the guy.
What are you supposed to? So you're like, don't shove them, don't pepper spray.
Wait, I just
there was already a previous engagement with him where they told them to move back in the earlier video.
Sure, I just
so
want
they had
to
already warned him. So what are you talking about?
Clearly state that. So when a guy is standing in front of you with a phone, the only thing that you can do from that point on is
he's not just standing in front of them. Like, I get, like, in order for your scenario to work, you have to not tell the truth. But he was interceding in between him and the woman that the ICE agent or the Border Patrol agent was engaged with.
That was it. He wasn't punching him. He wasn't hitting him. He wasn't
just standing in front of him, and there was no there was no context around it. He did not put his body in between him and the person that he was engaged with. No.
So you're telling me the only path from that point forward is he has to start pepper spraying the guy.
I'm saying that is a proper use of pepper spray in that scenario. Like, what do you want him to do?
He's not using force to threaten anybody. You could say you're under arrest for resisting for obstruction. Turn around, put your hands behind your back, and then if he attacks you or tries to run away, maybe then something could be justified. But simply the fact that he didn't immediately, like, back down and turn around, does that really justify?
This guy was already pushed by agents prior to this in a previous video. Have you not seen that video from the
ICE? He didn't strike or do anything back.
He was approaching them before.
Which goes to the officer's state of mind that he shouldn't have thought the guy was a threat because he didn't attack or do anything there either.
No, he ignored a warning. Typically, when you're escalating your behavior as a person like that is, which again, he already approached the agents. They already pushed him away in the previous video. And then they get into it with this woman. She ends up getting shoved to the ground. He throws his body in between them, which you describe, again, very deceptively as just standing. He just happened to be standing there. Like, isn't that weird how he happened to end up right between the Border Patrol agent and the woman on the ground?
Nobody
and then
disagrees that he's blocking. Yes, he's blocking the officer, sure, but the officer's not getting into the woman. He just rage shoves her away. That's all you see. And the guy moves over, he intercedes, and then he goes to pick the woman up, and then the officer starts pepper spraying. You don't think there's any other action the officer could have taken at that point?
I mean, he could have tackled him. There was plenty of things that you could do.
He couldn't have just said, "Sir, move aside." He could have said, "Sir, I'm going to arrest you now."
They already engaged with this guy before, and he still didn't back off.
They didn't say they were detaining him. They didn't say they were arresting him, and he did back off. That's why there was no earlier engagement that ended in physical violence.
No, he didn't back off because he jumps in right here.
He doesn't
I
jump
wanna
in,
ask
he's
Steven
already
a
warned
question.
in that previous instance.
Are we
So now
pretending
he
that
gets
didn't
pepper
happen?
sprayed. Okay.
So, Stephen, I want to ask you a question because I've seen liberals and progressive commentators, and I
Don't
understandably
want me any of
upset.
them. I'm the Rittenhouse guy, remember. Sorry.
I
Go ahead.
know you're a little different because you are actually a Second Amendment
Well
pro-gun rights guy, but and suddenly a lot of conservatives are like, if you have a gun, you're asking to be shot. Not you, Sean, of course. Not saying that about you, but we've definitely seen a few people get roasted for that. But I do wonder, we've seen people like Mayor Frey, I think, really make this situation worse, encourage people to engage in kind of disruptive protests that cross the line into illegality, like taking over a church. I mean, I don't want to get into that whole debate, but for example, this idea that people are praising this man who was killed, which of course his life being lost is terrible, and I really do think important questions needs to be asked for putting himself in that situation. There almost seems to be at least a portion of the left that seems to be actively encouraging people to interfere with ICE operations. And even if you think those operations are wrong or immoral or illegal, that seems like only a recipe for putting more people in danger. Do you not agree that that's a bad idea to do?
So there are multiple parts to this question. So the first thing is, unless I've missed something, I don't know if I agree with the characterization that Frey or Walls has told people to do anything illegal. I feel like I hear them over and over again say, make sure that
Well,
you're
he called for the
protesting
release of the activist who criminally obstructed the church ceremony.
Was that criminal? So
Yeah,
I watched.
it was definitely.
I watched.
I think it was criminal. Yeah,
Well,
you
sure,
can't
I know you
shut
think
down
that.
someone's service. Shout
Sure,
it
so
down.
I watched this, and I really did. I watched about an hour of it. I couldn't see more. If anybody asked them to leave and they didn't, past that point, it's easily trespassing for sure, right? But I don't know. I feel like there was like a 30-minute inside thing, and then everybody left.
I mean,
I don't know if.
I don't want
I mean,
but it is a FACE Act violation when you go
Maybe.
and shout down a church service, and that's what it's being investigated for.
Sure. Okay. I mean, it could be investigated for that, sure. But I mean, I don't know if I heard any like the mayor or the governor say like go into churches and protest into churches. You could argue that. No, actually, I won't even steelman that. Like they've over and over again told people that if they're going to protest, to do it lawfully, to do it peacefully, to not be aggressing on people or to be doing things that could be criminal behavior. Like I've heard that statement said over and over and over again. Even if people are engaged in some level of criminal behavior when it comes to blocking ICE people or protesting where they shouldn't, the answer can't just be execute them. That's just absolutely absurd. And you can feel that that ICE is acting in an immoral way that is still within the borders of the law, and so there's some level of civil disobedience where you're like, well, I'm going to accept getting arrested in this case. I wouldn't necessarily recommend people do that because it's breaking the law, and who knows what the criminal penalties will be. But like the answer can't be execution.
All right, you keep saying execution. That doesn't feel like a fair characterization to me when you're saying it's not like they set out there looking to kill someone in cold blood, Stephen. It's a situation gone wrong.
When it's going wrong, but the officers are like feeding into it every single level of the interaction. Like again, if you watch that video from start to finish, one, I don't know why the officers are shoving people around. It's kind of cringe.
I agree. No,
and then two,
personally, I
and then
agree.
like him pepper spraying the guy. Like all of this is just escalating until somebody dies, and then it's like, well, I don't know what happened. It's like, why? Like there's no reason for them to be behaving in such a manner. You're inducing an event where you're going to have to kill somebody.
I mean, what we're seeing by these left-wing agitators is not protesting. Like, if you had an issue with your local police department and you decided to quote-unquote protest them by following them around during the course of their operations, blowing whistles to make sure suspects that they were looking for escaped, obstructing them in the middle of traffic,
all of that is legal,
like,
right?
we would call that criminal activity.
Hold
like,
on.
you can't
It's
do that to your, you can't do that to your local police department. You can't do that to your local police department. So the
That's
idea
illegal?
that this is like regular,
Wait,
ordinary
is following
protesting,
somebody in
it's
video recording them and
agitating.
blowing a whistle, is that legal or illegal?
It depends, actually. Like, you could call it like disturbing the peace if you're making like obnoxious noise. Like, I live in New York City. If I play music too loud, the police will show up to my apartment.
If you want to arrest, yeah, that was a good pivot. So that's not illegal, right? If they want to arrest them for disturbing the peace or whatever, I'd be surprised.
Yeah, obstructing law enforcement
driving around-
operations is definitely illegal. Again,
But
if
you
the
acknowledge
police are
that-
raiding a building,
It's like this is such a bro. Destiny is such a fucking slime ball, bro. Oh, that's so it's not illegal to follow somebody around and blow a whistle. But if you're doing it to obstruct a police investigation, that is illegal. Intent matters. Bro, ever since his wife left him for a femboy and he got caught sucking somebody's dick online, he's fallen apart, dude. Like, I used to like listen to his debates and stuff because he had some decent points, but he's lost it after his personal life fell apart, bro. And while I get that to a certain degree, maybe don't let that color your politics.
In order
Nobody's
to
saying you
arrest
won't.
somebody and you were blowing a
Another
whistle so that
filibuster.
person in said
Filibuster.
building would escape, which is what these people are effectively doing, that would obviously be illegal.
Well, my understanding is it's not illegal. This is why you have apps on your phone that will literally warn you when there's a speed trap ahead, that this stuff has been decided to be free
speed
speech.
trap
in the
is not
United
the,
States.
we're not talking about the same thing. You're interfering
that
with an
have
active
nothing to do with
operation.
Notifying people of law enforcement presence has been, in some cases, upheld to be a form of protected speech.
Yeah, that's
also.
Again, you're talking about something different, though. If you go during an operation, let's say they were doing a drug bust in your neighborhood, right? You're a libertarian, you're against the drug war. If you follow them on their way to a drug bust and made as much noise as possible in order to make sure that the people who had the drugs in the house that they were about to raid got away, do you think you would be arrested? Or do you think they'd be like, oh, First Amendment activity, no
I
big
do think
deal?
I would get arrested.
In that case, you
yes.
yeah, in that case you could be. But for the ICE stuff here, it doesn't seem like these are the types of targeted operations they're claiming. The names that they've been releasing, Minnesota has come out and said they don't even have some of these people in custody, or these people don't exist, or the records are like 20 years old. So it seems like we can't even trust that ICE is on any kind of targeted operation. For Renee Good, apparently they're just going door to door knocking. It wasn't a targeted raid or targeted
That's
bust.
What was that?
In between him and the person that he was engaged with. No,
you're telling me the only path from that point forward is he has to start pepper spraying the guy.
I'm saying that is a proper use of pepper spray in that scenario. Like, what
I'm
do you?
not
What
sure
do you
it
want
is.
to
He's
do?
not using force to threaten anybody. You could say you're
He's
under arrest
using
for
his body
resistance
to
or
impede what you're
obstruction.
doing.
Turn around, put your hands behind your back, and then if he attacks you or tries to run away, maybe then something could be justified. But simply the fact that he didn't immediately back down and turn around, does that really
this
justify
guy was
the
already
pepper spray?
pushed by agents prior to this in a previous video. Have you not
And he
seen
didn't
that video
attack or
from
do
the
anything bad. He didn't strike or do
when
anything
he was
bad, which
approaching
goes to
them
the-
before?
Which goes to the officer's state of mind that he shouldn't have thought the guy was a threat because he didn't attack or do anything there either.
No, he ignored a warning. Typically, when you're escalating your behavior as a person like that is, which again, he already approached the agents. They already pushed him away in the previous video. And then they get into it with this woman. She ends up getting shoved to the ground. He throws his body in between them, which you describe, again, very deceptively as just standing. He just happened to be standing there. Like, isn't that weird how he happened to end up right between the Border Patrol agent and the woman on the ground?
Nobody
and then they
disagrees
use the
that
pepper
he's
spray.
blocking. Yes, he's blocking the officer, sure, but he's not. The officer's not getting into the woman. He just rage shoves her away. That's all. That's all you see. And the guy moves over, he intercedes, and then he goes to pick the woman up, and then the officer starts pepper spraying. You don't think there's any other action the officer could have taken at that point?
I mean, he could have tackled him. There was plenty of things that you could do.
He couldn't
but
have
he
just said,
decided
"Sir, move aside." He could have said, "Sir, I'm going to arrest you now."
They already engaged with this guy before, and he still
They
didn't
didn't
back
say
off.
they were detaining him. They didn't say they were arresting him, and he did back off. That's why there was no earlier engagement that ended in physical
No,
violence.
he didn't back off because he jumps in right here.
He doesn't
I
jump
wanna
in.
ask
He's
Stephen a
standing
question.
warned in that previous instance. Are we pretending that didn't happen?
Okay.
So, Stephen, I want to ask you a question because I've seen liberals and progressive commentators, and I
Don't want
understandably
me into
upset.
them. I'm the Rittenhouse guy. Remember? Sorry.
I know you're a little different because you are actually a Second Amendment pro-gun rights guy, but and suddenly a lot of conservatives are like, if you have a gun, you're asking to be shot. Not you, Sean, of course. Not saying that about you, but we've definitely seen a few people get roasted for that. But I do wonder. We've seen
government let people on the internet that are analyzing.
Yeah,
and they didn't
they
seem to
weren't
feel
in front
the
of the
need to.
car. Like that's why.
So guys, I want to move us along. I do want to move us along, and that's what this guy seemed to have a.
We're in front of some federal office or whatever, so that wasn't a targeted raid or bust either.
First of all, that's not information that these people who are following them around know. They're not like, oh, well, I'm against ICE enforcement because they have technically outdated information. They're actively trying to disrupt them when they know that they're finding a person. So they have the intent to disrupt a law enforcement operation.
You're simply wrong on the law there.
Sean,
just by blowing the whistle by cops moving around in a neighborhood or ICE moving around in a neighborhood, that doesn't count as obstruction. It's been ruled on. This is not obstruction. It's not.
Sean, you do acknowledge that they do have a First Amendment right to record the officers, right?
Yeah, you have a right to record, of course.
So when people are following, and that's what this guy seemed to have originally be doing, is trying to serve as an observer and record ICE. And frankly, I have no issue with that. And I think that people, while they shouldn't get involved in the situations, which I think he did choose to do, and I do think was a mistake, even if it didn't justify his death, I do think people have a right, and I am kind of disturbed.
Again, like, I have nothing against this guy personally. I wish he was not shot in this particular situation. It is a tragedy. You have every right to record law enforcement during their operations, but obviously when you're blocking people in, which is what Renee Good was doing, when you're doing the whistles to make sure people get away, the whole entire purpose of that is to...
Who was Renee blocking in?
She was blocking the road.
You just said when they're blocking people in. That's not
she was
blocking the road. Okay, so you've changed your words. That's fine.
All right, blocking the road. Oh, I'm sorry. I can't misspeak for like 1 second. She was blocking the road, or as many people would say, not blocking anything, just parking perpendicular in the road as you would normally do.
That Kristi Noem said, what Kristi Noem said that she was blocking people in or ramming them with her car. That was the lie that Kristi Noem said.
She
I guess you
rammed
believe,
the officer with the car. I mean, that's on video. So.
No, the officer jumped in front of the car and he shouldn't have been there. He should know better.
No, she squared up to face him. Again, that's on the video. Like when she was reversing.
Why is it
she aligned the car with him.
She aligned to go right, which is exactly the path the car took.
No,
why
she went straight.
A moving vehicle? Why would
she went straight and then was turning? And again, here's what we're doing right now. We're basing this.
Video. What?
We're basing this on. Oh well, and when I slowed down the video and I looked at it with hindsight in 2020, which is the exact opposite of the legal standard, I determined based on the trajectory of the wheels that she was turned enough, whatever that means, to make that an unjustified shooting. No,
the
that's
legal
ridiculous.
Standard,
Sean, I don't
right up on the car. She makes contact with him. The idea that he has to count because she was all the way reversed, remember? There's 3 turns in a steering wheel. He has to count whether she made 1 full revolution, which would be straight, or 1.5, which would be all the way from the turn. And then he makes that determination in a split second, and that's a fair standard, is absurd. Again,
Sean, let Destiny give his thought on
argument, so continue.
Wait. So the truth is that it's a totality of the circumstances. The officer's been interacting with her for over a minute beforehand. It doesn't seem like she was a murderer. This is like a large, like lesbian, white wine mom woman. He's arguing with her and her partner. There's no reason for that officer to have in his mind the idea that she's about to try to murder cops.
And I mean, except for her accelerating at him. And again, you're trying to do this thing where you make it based on her intent, which is not what's argued. It's not the standard. It's whether or not a reasonable officer in that same position would fear death or serious bodily injury with a car accelerating towards him.
Filibustering. It's considering a totality of the circumstances.
No,
the woman
that's not.
Shown
the standard is whether a reasonable officer in that scenario would fear death or serious bodily injury. Again, not without the benefit of hindsight, with the information known to him at the time.
Hindsight. Why do you say hindsight? It's a totality.
Because you're talking about the wheels being turned,
I'm not talking about the wheels being turned. I've said this multiple times. It was her interaction before with the cop. There was nothing violent said. There was nothing crazy going on. She didn't seem to be demonstrating any lethal or violent intent. And no reasonable person up to that point who ends up walking in front of the car would think like, "Oh God, she's about to murder me." If you look at the totality,
she's about to hit him with the car as she is running at him with the car.
As he walks in front of her car that's moving in the street.
Squared up to face him when she
reversed.
She backed up to reverse.
I gotta retake the floor here for a second.
She turned her wheels and aligned better with him.
Totality of the circumstances. She wasn't violent or anything prior to this.
Hang on. So I didn't.
Oh, she wasn't violent prior to this, which implies that he knows she was violent at that time, right? Violently trying to get away with a 4,000-pound vehicle. Bro, this guy is such a fucking slimy liar, bro. How can you actually say this out loud and think you're the good guy? Holy fucking shit, bro.
Didn't necessarily want to go and debate the whole Renee Good shooting as well, but it is important and it does matter. Sean, obviously you're right that if someone tries to run you over with a car, that is what would justify it, but the question is whether that's what actually happened, and I don't think it's clear. There are multiple different video angles that he was struck. One video appears to show that he was, but others appear to show otherwise. It's all very complicated, and also, again, without wanting to relitigate this all, he did continue to shoot through the side window at her once she was very
0.7 seconds.
In 0.7 seconds.
But each instance of the use of lethal force.
No, that's not how that works at all.
It's all considered one instance. That's
totally
wrong.
Each pulling of the trigger has
to
be legally justified. This is not just totally wrong.
That's completely. This guy has no fucking. Bro, I'm from Belgium and I know your laws better than you do. Who the fuck is this retard, man? Right? Holy fucking shit, man. That's the fucking. If it's in a reasonable amount of time from the first shot to the last shot, that's one instance. If there's a pause in the middle for a reasonable amount of time, not 0.2 fucking seconds, then it turns into a separate. Like, holy fucking shit, dude. How do I know American justice laws better than this fucking retard who lives in America? I fucking clicked a wrong button again. God damn it.
There's no reason for that officer to have in his mind the idea that she's about to try to murder cops. And
I mean,
given
except for her accelerate was dead in without
it was
what is a better.
So I matter, Sean. Obviously, you're right that if someone tries to run you over with a car, that is what would justify it. But the question is whether that's what actually happened, and I don't think it's clear. There are multiple different video angles that he was struck. One video appears to show that he was, but others appear to show otherwise. It's all very complicated. And also, again, without wanting to relitigate this all, he did continue to shoot through the side window at her once she was very clearly not going to hit him.
In 0.7 seconds.
But each instance of the use of lethal force has to be justified. And
that's
I don't
all
know
considered one instance.
Yeah, I knew
That's totally wrong.
Each pulling of the trigger has to be legally justified. It's not just
totally
you can start
wrong.
spraying,
One
and if your
instance.
original
We're talking
shot
about
is
0.7
valid.
seconds. The court has recognized multiple times that human beings are human beings, and the idea that he's supposed to have this like hyper.
Unlucky, bro, but I'm a rogue. I can vanish.
The difference between shot 1 and shot 3, and know that shot 1 was effective enough, or shot 2 was effective enough, or 3 is absurd. Like again,
I do
you can
think
watch
they are
videos
responsible
online.
for every shot that they take with their service weapon, and I don't think
Again,
these people are.
It doesn't matter what you think. It matters what the law is, dumbass.
It'll be all three of these shots will be seen the exact same way, just because of the length of time between each shot. In excited situations, it might be different, but again, when you're considering whether the shoot is legal and good or not, you're considering a totality of the circumstances, which are the circumstances that lead up to the shoot. It's not just the moment that the car starts moving towards the guy. It's everything leading up to that. They didn't have any violent encounters. The woman didn't display any violent intent. The guy's walking in front of her car.
Up to that point, and then she drove a car directly towards an officer.
Her, she wasn't an issue, but when they tried to get her out of the car and she decided to take off, that's when it became an issue.
Why was he filming her?
See what you just said there? When she decided to take off, not ram him with her car, but when she was
because her
pulling out the
intent
lead.
doesn't matter, and I
Exactly.
don't have to lie
Exactly.
in order
The
to
intent
make my
doesn't-
point.
Yes, her intent doesn't matter.
Like, I don't
true,
have to
but
read
you
her
should be able
mind to understand
ascertain.
that a car that's 2 tons is a serious threat of bodily injury or death.
Then why was he standing in front of the car right after it backed up?
You mean after she squared up?
Right after. Why was he standing in front of the car right after she backed up? Bro, do you listen to yourself? Like, well, she backed up. Bro, this is the debater on the left. Holy fucking shit, dude.
Why was he standing after she backed up?
Bro's brain is
After
cooked.
He was
backed up,
circling
why
the
would he
car.
stand in front of the car?
Well,
He
she was
could've moved
backing up
faster.
then, and then she turned to drive, and then started accelerating.
And he could have just continued to move. He stopped. He would have been out of the way of her car. What was he planning on?
Oh, in
stopping with his
hindsight,
bare
with
hand?
2020, like you could make that argument, but that's
It's so
not the legal
crazy.
standard.
I've never needed a hindsight. It is the legal standard, also, not hindsight
it's not.
2020. But the
It's quite
totality of
literally not.
circumstances. The totality of the circumstances is the legal standard, and the totality of circumstances doesn't make her seem like she's a deadly threat. It's not just at the moment that she starts moving forward.
It's not
everything leading up
it's
to
not.
that.
Well, again, it's not just a deadly threat. It's a threat of death or serious bodily injury that a reasonable officer with the same information would act in that situation or perceive a deadly or serious bodily injury threat.
Why did
Two-ton
none of the
vehicle.
other officers perceive it?
The ones that weren't in serious danger, the ones that were
Like
on
a
the side
foot
of the car?
away from him. Yeah, the ones that were like a foot away from the guy. Why did neither of them seem to perceive this deadly threat, this threat of
The
serious
ones that
bodily harm?
weren't in front of the car.
The ones that were a foot away from the guy.
That weren't in front of the car.
Well, they could still act
Yeah,
to
we're watching
defend their
her.
colleague.
Their officer. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And they
But,
didn't
like, they
seem to
weren't in
feel
front of
need
the
to.
car. Like, that's why.
Oh, what?
Oh,
fuck.
How quickly and easily that would have been.
I'm not sure we're going to get to the bottom.
I should have
of
hit
it,
that
but
bottom
ultimately
L
it will
potion.
continue to be investigated. Maybe there may be a point of agreement on the next question related to this, actually, which is the interesting performance of DHS Secretary Kristi Noem in the aftermath of this shooting.
Bro, it's almost 6. I'm starting to get hungry.
Her at a press conference immediately after the shooting of Alex Pretty. Listen to this.
Individual approached U.S. Border Patrol officers with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun. The officers attempted to disarm this individual, but the armed suspect reacted violently. Fearing for his life and for the lives of his fellow officers around him, an agent fired defensive shots. Medics were on the scene immediately and attempted to deliver medical aid to the subject, but he was pronounced dead at the scene. The suspect also had 2 magazines with ammunition in them that held dozens of rounds. He also had no ID. This looks like a situation where an individual arrived at the scene to inflict maximum damage on individuals and to kill law enforcement.
Oh, here's what I would say, is that, listen, maybe you think this was a defensive shoot, maybe you think it's justified. I don't, but okay, we could have that discussion. For the Secretary of the Department of Homeland Security to get in front of the cameras after an American citizen was just killed by one of her officers, and immediately, based on the fact that he has a gun and ammunition, which millions of people carry every day, suggest that he must have been in some plot, they did also call him a domestic terrorist, again, baselessly, to kill law enforcement, like to go and shoot up and do a mass shooting targeting law enforcement, is totally baseless and irresponsible. Sean, I respect that you have a more conservative viewpoint on some of these issues, but you are not like a Team Red automaton who will just defend anything like some people. Surely you agree that that is unacceptable from the secretary.
Right. So there's 2 issues with what I had that she said there. First of all, actually 3. One, we really in this country need, I'm not going to comment on an ongoing investigation to like come back into play because like she says he approached with a firearm, which is like not technically a lie, but is effectively like the biggest lie that you could tell because he didn't have the firearm out. He didn't present it. Like it communicates the wrong information despite technically being true. And then she goes on to imply that he's a mass shooter or he was a potential mass shooter or he was targeting law enforcement, like to kill law enforcement, maybe not in a mass shooting kind of way, when that's not supported by the evidence. Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. If I was planning to do something that terrible as Kristi Noem described, I probably wouldn't wait for me to be on the ground surrounded by 7 law enforcement agents and then for them to find the gun for me to execute my plot. So yeah, this was absurd. Kristi Noem is an embarrassment. And again, you should not go off like half-cocked with bad information and like deliver messages like this. Because even the part that she said that's technically true in the beginning, like, is a lie because of what she's implying by it.
Yeah, Stephen, when you see Stephen Miller, who shares your name, of course, come out and immediately brand this guy an assassin who tried to kill law enforcement, I mean, I do believe that Trump has the right to enforce federal immigration law, and he was elected on a mass deportation agenda, but I think we at bare minimum deserve some degree of honesty and not this just blatant, brazen lying.
I mean, they've done this with almost every big shooting incident that happened. They did it with the Charlie Kirk shooting as well, where Nancy Mace and other people have literally just come out and started ascribing a whole bunch of stuff to this guy before we even knew who the shooter was. We've seen Kash Patel make crazy statements. We've seen Kristi Noem and Trump make crazy statements. Like, they just want to get ahead of the story so that they can kind of like spin whatever narrative or story they can before any of the actual facts come out or until the next insane thing has happened in 2 other days and then we've all moved on from it. So yeah, I mean, it totally undermines credibility from all of our agencies. Like, you can no longer trust almost anything that they put out because you've seen that they're willing to just, like, if the head of the agency is willing to come forth and lie, like, blatantly about videos we've all seen, I don't know, am I supposed to trust anything else they put out? I'm not sure.
No, it's a serious problem. I mean, these people are also responsible for national emergencies, for, you know, if there is, God forbid, an attack on the United States, DHS is going to be putting out updates, and I just don't know how we're supposed to take this, essentially, and I will say this, Ice Barbie, seriously, right? She dresses up in costumes to go on TV, of uniforms that she's not actually needing to be wearing. She wears them as props on a television set, then goes back to her condo. And I just think she's totally embarrassed the administration, and they can do better, even if you don't agree with their agenda. I mean, surely there's a better advocate for it than this, but they appear to be standing by her. Here is Caroline Levitt.
First question, the answer is yes. He still has confidence and trust in Secretary Noem.
How is that possible, that you can see everything that's going on and still have confidence and trust in Kristi Noem, Sean?
Well, I mean, listen, Trump is also like a backstabber guy who likes to flatter you before he fires you, so that could be the kiss of death for all we know. But yeah, look, you shouldn't have confidence in, like, listen, I've heard the argument for why the right or the government is throwing out these narratives initially, and they say, oh, it's because the left will make their own narrative, a la Michael Brown or whatever, past instance that justifies it. It's just, I don't buy it at all. Like, you should not do this, especially if you're the government. Like, let people on the internet that are analyzing the videos like the Zapruder film, like, make their cockamamie theories or whatever, but, like, there's a level of, like, prestige when you're in the government that you shouldn't do this. So, people say, how do they have confidence? It's just doubling down on your side. Like, our administration does nothing wrong. We have confidence in them. But, like, as we've seen many times, you could have confidence in somebody up until the moment they're fired.
Yeah. Do you think that's where we're heading, Destiny? Is she going to be the first major firing from the cabinet?
Probably not. I feel like he stood by her through so much other extreme stuff. As long as she can continue to tank everything, it feels like they have their fall guy for this. Now that Bovino or whatever is gone.
Okay, I'm gonna run to the inn. I want to go eat.
Yeah, so I mean, she'll probably still be here, and then we'll
yeah,
see.
you mentioned Greg Bovino, and of course he's the chief of
BJ
Border Patrol.
Hungry.
He is apparently being reassigned and no longer going to be in charge of the Minnesota operation. So that does suggest maybe a pivot. But I want to play you this clip of him because I find this extremely bizarre that even now, days after this incident, we still have no idea who the officer involved was. But that is, of course, in part because of the new DHS policy of masking officers and keeping them anonymous. Bovino was asked about that. Listen to this.
Commander Bovino, when it comes to the shooting, from what I understand, there were 2 agents who fired shots. We know one of the agents had 8 years experience, and we know he was a less lethal instructor and had this training. What did the other agent, what was his history, and are they both working right now, or are they on administrative leave?
All agents that were involved in that scene are working, not in Minneapolis, but in other locations. That's for their safety. There's this thing called doxing, and the safety of our employees is very important to us. So we're going to keep those employees safe. As far as the number of shots, the number of agents involved, that, again, is going to come out in the investigation.
So it's bizarre to me that these agents are still working. I mean, even if it was a legally justified shooting, they just took someone's life and were involved in a traumatic incident. Even if they're not guilty of anything, they should still probably be on administrative leave while it's investigated. And
I can't agree with
I have
that.
to say, I understand that they face a lot of threats and intimidation right now, but to me, the masks have to come off. Right? We cannot have anonymous people roaming the streets and apprehending people and using lethal force against citizens, and we don't even know who they are. Sure, they face threats, and that should be prosecuted by the FBI, to the fullest extent of the law, anybody who tries to harass or threaten their family.
How about a compromise? Identifying information on a badge, but not, perhaps not to the wider public, but they can keep the masks.
Or anything like that, but we ask judges, we ask politicians, we ask everyday law enforcement.
Because there's a bunch of freaks out there.
Identifiable by badge number, by public name, and it's part of the job, unfortunately, as it may be. I mean, even as public figures, we get stalkers, we get people sending things to our address, we get doxxed, and yet, for some reason, they seem to think it's okay to have ICE officers and other DHS officials just running around masked and anonymous. Sean, do you support that, or do you agree that that's a problem?
Look, I understand why they have the masks. Obviously, ICE agents and their family members have been targeted in the past by these left-wing activists, but I genuinely agree with you. Like, American civilian law enforcement, you're supposed to know who they are when they're operating out in the field. And, like, yeah, we should prosecute the people that are exposing their friends and family and targeting them in all those kind of ways that they were doing in the first Trump administration, but that doesn't mean that they should be anonymous enforcers. Again, like, it's very rare circumstances where your law enforcement does this, usually where they're going up against gang members or they're undercover, but then they're also participating in a raid that you don't see their faces. And like every single operation related to immigration is the opposite of very rare circumstances. As far as the paid administrative leave thing, I mean, that's why we have paid administrative leave. Like, even if this is the cleanest shooting, which, you know, it is a messy shooting, but even if it's the cleanest shooting that you absolutely could have, like firing your weapon at a human being and taking their life is something that you need some time off for. Usually you're supposed to see a psychologist or something of the sort. So again, I agree that they should be there. I mean, it's better that they're moved out of Minneapolis than in Minneapolis, but like we have paid administrative leave for a reason, and we gave a ton of money to Border Patrol and ICE in the big beautiful bill, so that we should have enough people that these guys could take some time off.
And with that, I'm gonna go eat because I'm starving. That's a train. We'll be back right after a couple, and then in it for the long run. I gotta get the I was gonna say level 40, but that's like a week from now.